He's playing his 400th game, 400 out of a possible 438. He's played 91% of all matches across 19 seasons. I think he may have missed a couple of matches, Joey, with a leg injury many years ago.
Been a dirty player your whole life, Joey.
Dog shot.
Should have got 8 weeks, Joey.
We have got some elite talent out there today, obviously. Paddy Cripps, he's a second-rated player in the AFL, past 6 matches, averaging 33. And don't forget Nick Dacos, third-rated player in the comp, leading the AFL in disposals, racking up 31 per game.
Thank you for being with us here tonight, Chew. I know this is an inconvenience for you, this game after North Melbourne won today. You could be partying by now. Saturday night footy, it's for Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Sarah, who's winning this game and why?
I genuinely sit on the fence here, but I'm going to go with Carlton because I think their outfit is stronger. But Pendles, again, his game, Collingwood could stand up.
Bernie, pies for me. Right, we're all set. Yeah, we're all set. Where else would you rather be? MCG, 90,000 Saturday night. The arch rivals, and Scotty Pendlebury lines up next to Paddy Cripps from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy, we're underway. And it's Cripps who wins the first clearance to Walsh. We'll hear that combination a lot tonight. Kick out towards half forward. And there's Dacos. We'll call his name a lot as well. His first touch, sweeps it out wide to side bottom. He dribbles a kick just along the boundary line. Shane Warne stand side, MCG. Carlton win the ball back. Hewitt, Cripps, another handball. Tries to float it into the path of Ollie Hollands, but Quaynor is right there for company. We'll have our first boundary throw in. Just forward of the wing, favouring the Blues. They are kicking to the right of the broadcast, the city end.
Mark, who's going up? Collingwood? Darcy.
There's Scotty Pendlebury trying to get the Paddy Cripps. What a matchup that will be. And it's Georgie Hewitt, it looks like, that's going to go with Nick Dacos. Neither ruckman get their hands on it from the throw-in. Dacos wrapped up straight away by Hewitt. There's Pendlebury, who breaks the tackle, and a famous little sidestep, and then an uncharacteristic fumble. Means he kicks off the ground. It might work for Jamie Elliott. 60 out, he spears one into the pocket. He went looking for McStay, but he shot it too far, out of bounds on the full.
Great opportunity there from Pendles. Again, get his hands on the ball early. He had a little sidestep, a little shimmy. Always makes it look like he's got more time with the ball.
How cool is that roar going to be tonight every time that Scott Pendlebury goes near the footy?
Play on.
Universally loved by Collingwood supporters, and as he should be as well. He's messing around the footy at half back. Mason Cox picks up the loose ball, sets it up to a dangerous area, about 15 out from goal. Adam Sard saves the day, but it's been a pretty shaky start by the Blues. No score as yet. Minute and a half gone. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Kick out to Cripps, who gets another possession just inside the boundary line. Oh, he's a bit of a shimmy as well from Cripps. And a nice little pass, just pokes it over the top to Georgie Hewitt. Forward to the wing. Patient build up now. Here's Curnow. He's got Darcy Moore on him, but got a bit of separation. 2 kicks from home. It's a low dart into the pocket. It's a beautiful pass. As Bernie Vince called, and Harry Mackay gives him the thumbs up and says that couldn't have been any better. Well, takes the mark 40 metres out on a tough angle.
You love key position players that can kick it like Charlie Curnow. There's a few in the competition that can do it, but it's that dart, isn't it, going inside 50. They know exactly how they like it. That's why they kick it like that. Low, flat kick. It's so hard to defend. Frampton had no opportunity to get a hand in there. Perfect kick. Now the finish.
This is a tough kick, only 5 metres inside the boundary line. Wrong side for a left footer. He's been kicking them pretty well this year, not on that occasion. It goes across the face, and the Pies rush that through for a behind. First score of the night goes the way of Carlton on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade, no matter where they are. Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
It was a good look from Carlton too, really direct, straight out of their D50.
Collingwood straight out of defence. Frampton marks at centre half back and laces out Tommy Hill, who runs from right half full for Elliott, who flies. Great defensive work by Wiedering, but he's got a couple to beat. Now gets some support from Sard, and they knock it out of bounds. But how quickly did Collingwood take that from one end to the other?
Transition from the kick out. It was about 10 seconds before it got to full forward. Geez, that was well defended by Wiedering. 2v1 inside forward 50, just able to bring it to ground and buy some time for his teammate to arrive.
Both teams looking to get the ball inside their forward 50 quickly. So from the throw in, Bobby Hill thought he might have been held. 2 Carlton players were holding on to him. Umpire didn't blow the whistle. Quick kick outside the defensive 50 for Carlton. Nick Dacos. Little handball to Pendlebury. Steps inboard, handballs to Josh Dacos. On the left from 50 goes for home, but right there on the goal line, Mitch McGovern takes intercept mark.
Choice Hotels, Ash, what happened earlier today?
Earlier today, the Cats defeated the Crows by
5.
5 points, and North Melbourne by 13 points over the Tigers.
Just ask me, Jack.
Sorry, I should have given you the heads up there too, didn't I? I know you're still basking in a North Melbourne win. Looking at all the highlights from today. It was crisp. Head over the ball at left half forward. We get a ball up. Umpires tonight. Nick Foote, Hayden Gavine, Robert Finlay and Craig Fleer. A big crowd here in the Triple MCG, as there should be as well. A milestone night for one of their greatest. The kick from the stoppage from Newman. Rolls out towards the interchange bench. Darcy Moore, head down, attack the footy, as did Cripps. Non-controlling umpires come in from about 40 metres away, Joe, and played a free kick to the Pies.
Time back on.
It was a late call. Paddy Cripps did come in, got Darcy Moore high just around the neck and the shoulder.
Move it on.
Darcy Moore moving forward to a big game. Played one of his best. He's played in a long time last week against the Tigers. Pumps this ball to the 50. The fly.
Stand, Mason. Scared.
In a pack of about 5. That'll do his confidence a world of good.
Oh, they're out here if he turns.
Yeah, Cripps sees Curnow in space about 70 from home. Howe saw him as well. Left his man and did well to get the fist in. Great experience there from Jeremy Howe, and now we get a stoppage just forward of the wing.
Thanks,
towards
Darcy.
Carlton's end. They've got the only score so far, one behind. Pies yet to score. We've played 5 minutes in this first term. It's some of the early numbers in a moment, Ash. In fact, we can do it now as the ball goes out of bounds. Broadcast wing.
Patrick Cripps leading ball winner already. 4 disposals, 1 clearance. The inside 50s though, 3-1 Collingwood's way.
So both teams
Don't hold Nick.
just feeling each other out. Such an important game for both as well. Pitnet smashes it forward, but only to the advantage of Nick Dacos off the back of 10 coaches' votes last week. Looks to the wing. Elliott looks like he's got Sard for company. Got a handle away, and now Pendlebury hard up against the boundary line. Kicks it into the pocket. Mason Cox didn't read the cues, and it's picked off by McGovern. Yeah, uncharacteristic from Pendles. He had the option on short. Now the Blues will try and reload. The kick from Holland was a beauty. Straight down the middle to Fogarty. They're out everywhere here. Akers, the umpire's lost his footing. And then the rundown tackle was terrific from Nick Dacos. Forced the turnover.
It's all happening.
And now the Maggies to Goey, who started on the bench. Oh, he wants some body contact early. He went looking for Cripps. And then Akers nailed. Telling the tackle. And now Dacos. And no one gets nailed. That's to be a free kick. That was over the shoulder. What's happening? Umpires put the whistle away. And now Hewitt gets the ball 49 metres out. Dribbles a ball along the ground. Hard footy. Who wants to win it? Pitnet tries to get low. Side bottom. Handball's wide. I think you'll be happy to see the boundary line. And everyone takes a breath. Throwing inside 50 to the Blues. 25 out from their goal.
There's probably 3 free kicks in that play. Oh, as we see the replay, Noble's head got taken off. I can't believe the umpire didn't pay that one. There's a holding the ball free kick as well. There's a push in the back. I don't mind it though. If in doubt, let it go, but there was no doubt with that one. Crystal clear on the Harvey Norman replay. And it's thrown in. 35 around from the Blues goal. Pitnet picks the ball up off the ground. Shimmies some sort of handball out to Martin in game 150. Akers ridden into the turf. Blues fans wanted a free kick. Nothing doing.
Jeez, how's the heat on this game early? It's awesome. Both teams going head to head. Some huge crashes.
First goal.
Holding Carlton.
Massive. Blues free kick. You heard the umpires backed up exclusively for Triple M footy. What'd you see, Bern?
It looked like he held his arm just out of the corner of my eye. I was watching the contest, but I have to see on the Harvey Norman replay.
The free kick will be George Hewitt's.
Jeez, not much in that.
A little worse than a 45-degree angle. 47 metres out for the first of the night. He decides to lay it off instead. Top of the goal square. Curnow doesn't arrive in time. Nick Dacos hoists the ball up and down in the mine shaft. About 45 out from the Blues goal. Harry Mackay crashes the pack and marks on his chest when he had no idea what was coming the other way.
Amazing result that. That would have hit the roof at Marvel. It went that high. The umpire said, I'll pay the mark while the ball was in the air. There's only 2 Carlton players that flew for it in the end. Actually 3.
Jamie,
it was Kemp, Mackay coming back. And I think the other player might have been Boyd. So the Collingwood players just thought, well, someone's going to spoil this. They all thought each other was going to do it. The Carlton market.
Hit 4 goals when the team's met in round 8. He won't be kicking 4 if he kicks them like that. That's barely snuck through for a point. So he's missed one. And one well off to the left to start Harry Mackay's night. 2 behind the Blues. Pies yet to score. Triple M, Bunnings trade scoreboard. He'll need to steel himself when he gets a 3rd crack at it, Harry, because he looks sharp, but just has missed a couple of chances. You know, that little man on the shoulder to get in the head tonight, Bernie, in front of 90,000.
Turns into a big man.
Cripps
wins the ball, kicks it to the top of the square. Curnow couldn't take the mark and then tried to mop up his own work, but Howie's there. Ball up, 30 out from the Blues goal. They're pressing here early stages, first quarter. Just the two behind so far to Carlton. Cameron tries to lay it down. Motlop tried to play for a free kick. Umpire said no. Repeat stoppage.
Just some key matchups up forward, Joey. I know Collingwood play a team-based defence, but Moore's got Curnow, Frampton to Mackay, and Jeremy Howe's got Jack Martin.
Bernie Vince, Sarah Hosking for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Holland's around the corner, just doesn't quite have the journey. And it's forced through for another rush behind Robbo, Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, Sard, Adam Sard having some work on his legs down here, rubbing some life into it early. They need the run-off half-back from him. He's up and about now, though.
Yeah, saw him stretching that groin, Robbo, earlier after a contest. So good call by you. It's a kick from Maynard, goes wide and out of bounds. Bob Jane teammates have great buy three, get one free deals. Plus instant cash back. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply.
And Collingwood's kicking's a little bit off at the moment. They're just running at the 43% efficiency, but it is all due to Carlton's pressure. They're sitting at 246.
Yes.
That's the second thing that's excited Ash today. North Melbourne winning was the first.
It's spa material.
Outside five. Outside five.
Anything north over 230 with the pressure rating, North Melbourne win, look out.
How long does it take to warm up? When do you flick the switch?
Come back to you shortly, Bernie.
Okay.
About halfway through the third quarter, Burn, today, I think. The final at half-back. McGovern's got a problem here. Cox bearing down. Wiedering riding shotgun. Brings it back to the members' side and turns out to be a good decision. Some space for Boyd.
Boyd finds Walsh in front of Long.
Stand.
I'll tell you how engaged everyone is in this game. The 10-minute mark came and it was meant to be a big standing ovation. It was meant to be a big thing for Pendles. But everyone's so enthralled in the contest, they almost forgot about it. There was some people that stood up and clapped, but that fizzled out pretty quick.
Move it on. Play on.
Jay's even reminded me about 8 times today. Make sure you get everyone to get up. I forgot.
Generally, when it's a good game of footy, that's what happens. So,
Do it in the second quarter.
do it.
10 minutes.
Mark and
We'll
Darcy.
just wait till the post-game, Burn. Pies fans will be hoping they can cheer hard if they get the win. They're going to be under the pump here. Carlton have come to play. So have the Maggies, though. It's a good start, high intense start. No goals scored yet. We've played 11 minutes. Darcy Cameron, handballs to Pendlebury, who flicks it out beautifully to Bytel, the former Saint. Squares a little ball up to Long. Handball in board now. This is all on the wing for Josh Dacos, who wants to come in board. Kicks to centre half forward to go in a one-on-one against McGovern. Well done, Mitch McGovern. Got the hand up, spoilt the mark. And now the players come from everywhere, and Boyd just tumbles a ball towards half forward. Mackay's first two, and he overran it. And then Frampton didn't really want a bar of it, so he slaps it to Fogarty. And his little kick only as far as Noble, who handballs and makes it Josh Dacos' problem. And then Crisp, the intensity is off the charts here from Carlton. And now Collingwood. Newman. No one really wants to know what to do with the footy here. Everyone's just palming it off to someone else.
Someone kick it, mark it.
And now Frampton eventually gets covered in a tackle, taken high. And everyone can take a breath and try and get some uncontested ball. This is great.
Well, no one wants to pick it up, Sarah, because you're going to get tackled as soon as you do.
You can see everyone's hunting each other down from about 10 metres off.
Play on.
12 minutes gone. Blues 3 behind. Pies yet to score. Big fly from McGovern.
Collingwood.
Huge fly from Mitch McGovern.
Stand.
He was in the cloud.
That is huge. Didn't get near it, but it
Played
was huge.
unrealistic, but it looked good all the same. Josh Dacos looks into the forward pocket. Lace out for Hoskin Elliott, who marks next to the boundary line. 47 out from goal. Punt road in.
Yeah, the past 6 rounds, teams have had a real clear plan coming into playing. Collingwood have conceded the most number of uncontested marks per game in the comp, and tonight already Carlton 18 to Collingwood's 2 uncontested marks.
2 goals last week in their win over Richmond. Didn't see a lot of the footy otherwise, though. Opens up the angle. And he also decides to lay off. Top of the goal square, it's all Blues. And Harry Mackay getting back, takes a comfortable mark.
Just an uncontested mark there from Harry Mackay. Wasn't good enough from the Collingwood forwards.
And he's playing in the ruck now. Pitnet has a spell on the bench. That's why he's a long way from home, Big Harry. So now Newman from the back pocket. That's an aggressive kick into the corridor. It hung for a little bit too long. Collingwood get the turnover. Schultz flicks it wide to Dacos. Kemp was moaning down. He did well to get the handball to McCreary, but he had nowhere to go. Hewitt lays another tackle. Pressure still red hot at the moment. We'll have a stoppage just inside the 50-metre line.
I'm all for that kick from Newman going inside, but that's what Collingwood want. They want it frantic. They want it back into contest, so you've got to be very careful taking those risks.
Shearer wins the clearance, tumbles the ball, goes about 15 metres. Motlop did well. Got the handball to Walsh, who just kicks a bit of a torque towards Curnow. More that matchup. And then Curnow gets a free kick, high contact against Playnor.
Now, if he goes quick, he's got a one-on-one inside 50. In the end, put it somewhere between Harry Mackay and Hollands, who was streaming forward. Bit of a nothing kick, Bernard. Goes out of bounds.
Strange option. He could have really gone inside 50 to that one-on-one you're talking about, but sort of skidded one wide and almost wanted it to go out of bounds and restart.
Blues 3 behinds. Pies yet to score. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. You can get match fit with Bunnings Trade, no matter where they are. Bunnings Trade are here to help tradies, builders and businesses to get the job done. Cripps with another disposal. Off to Boyd. 45 out directly in front. Doesn't miss by much.
They've had some opportunities, Carlton. They've just wasted them early on.
Jeremy, out.
How sharp does Paddy Cripps look, though? He's the only player I've ever seen, but he's getting faster as he's getting older. He's running on top of the ground, but we've never seen him.
We certainly didn't.
This season, no,
Didn't start fast and got slower.
He's flying, Paddy Cripps. The kick out will go to a contest. We'll have a ball up 60 metres out from the Blues goal.
He's got that burst back, hasn't he? As we see here in Harvey Norman, just getting it, bursting away from stoppage, sidestepping, powers back.
And he's 7 disposals already for this first quarter, 2 score involvements.
Cameron grabbed it out of the ruck, but the kick went straight towards the boundary line. That should be paid. It will be. Elijah Hollands knew. He had the arms out straight away. And the kick inboard's going to be turned over. That was sloppy. Elliott was all over it. Now Nick Dacos trying to handball to his brother Josh, who slipped on the Toyota logo. Now another hot footy to be won. Elliott just trying to toe poke it into the path of Chris, but it's a turnover. And Sard shanks one. Tumbles the ball inside 50, only as far as Maynard, who cleverly screws it around the body to side bottom in a bit of space on the wing, and they're out here, the Pies.
They can open it up underneath the Shane stand side. First to Toscan Elliott, and now Noble. 75 around from Collingwood's goal. Spears a pass into the pocket. Bobby Hill got away from his man.
Stand, Jordan, stand. That's your line.
There are few in the competition who could even contemplate this, but Bobby Hill, where the 50 and the boundary meet.
I reckon it's too far out for him. Too far. He'll look to pull it late. His eyes are darting around.
Toughest of shots. Right forward pocket at the punt road end. He's given himself every chance, but it stays skinny and slips through for a minor score. Collingwood's first of the night. They're 1 behind. The Blues 4 behind. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Ash.
Looking for the Swans with the first quarter. Sydney yet to score. Port Adelaide a 3-2-20. Halfway into the first, and Port having another set shot for goal from Francis
They
Evans.
should kick this too.
Motlop, good kick. Just goes forward about 40 metres to Cottrell, who handballed to Chera. Wasn't a great option, but Chera's good enough on the left to find Cripps. Having a spell forward, takes the mark 50 metres out, just inside the boundary line.
Another goal to Port Adelaide, 3-2-26 to zip Sydney in all sorts.
Cripps, I know he's in good nick, Bernie, but I don't think he's got this journey in him.
He likes it from here
The
though.
man on the mark is right on the 50-metre line.
Maybe he's just giving his team a 30-second spell because it's been frantic.
He's gone back a long way. He's made out that he's going to have a shot. He does. He has a crack at it. It's got the journey, just not quite the accuracy. And that's another one they've left on the table, the Blues. They're 5 behinds. Collingwood 1 behind. We've played 17 and a half minutes in this first turn. No goals.
What? Doesn't feel like that though, does it? Still been a good contest.
Here, there are no goals as Collingwood attack the corridor. Elliott receives a handball on the half volley. He's got options everywhere. Streaming forward, Hoskin Elliott. 60 out from goal. To go, he had the footy tailor-made for him. How aggressive have Collingwood been from kick-ins?
Love it. Love them taking the game on through the corridor. That transition footy is just so good to watch.
To go, he 1 step around. And we've got our first after 18 minutes. Pies 1-1-7. Carlton 5 behind. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, we spoke about that transition. It only took the 2 or 3 kicks for it to get there. It's just outstanding. What Pies are doing really well is spreading the ground, and then it's just leaving that one or two player that are running through the middle that are able to get the ball out. It was an outstanding finish and great transition from Collingwood.
Carlton almost going or trying to go sort of a pseudo man-on-man from kick-out. It's not working because the Collingwood had actually been able to work them up inside 50 and then dart back over the back, and Jeremy Howe's sort of just playing on, kicking over the back, dragging him up, and then all of a sudden the corridor is just wide open, and Collingwood is so good at running back towards goal, and De Goey there just had 15, 20 metres on his opponent. His opponent wasn't even Wiedering who got there next, but brilliant from the Pies.
The Dacos brothers, top 2 leading ball winners for the Magpies. 8 to Nick Dacos and a couple of clearances. Josh Dacos with 7.
You only just got Dacos out there, didn't you?
It's been a long day.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Centre bounce, crisp.
Dacos.
Just got a little kick away mark by Elliott. Open forward line. De Goey's resting deep out of the goal square. McStay's there as well. I love how the Collingwood plays. They point where they're going to kick it. And Elliott lets everyone know he's going to go in the pocket. De Goey flies in front. McGovern it was that tried to go for the mark. Here's Pendlebury. Wouldn't this be something? Didn't have the chance, so he went back to Hoskin Elliott, who pokes it to Crisp. Well done by Cripps to not give away the free kick. It was almost run on contact. This is all happening inside 50. Pendlebury, good shot! Would have been one of the great goals. It just hit the post. It nicked the post. It was a check side on the run. Inside from Pendles. I would have said this would have been in his top 5 goals of all time if he had a kick.
That's his best. He thought he kicked it too.
Unfortunately, that is one of the best behinds he's kicked in his career out of the 400 games. Pies 1-2-8, Carlton 5 behinds.
That's nicked the inside of the post. That would have gone to the keeper, not even the first slip.
Barely would have picked it up on Snicko. Meanwhile, Carlton transition forward. Ball gets out the back for Fogarty. 30 metres out from goal. Couldn't take it cleanly. Curnow taking the ground. Martin tackled the ground. Great pressure from the Pies. They ball it up. 30 out from the Blues goal.
Again, pretty good transition from Carlton on that time from the kick out. Only a couple of kicks and it's inside 50. Both teams transitioning very well.
Cox and Pitnet to do the ruck work. Long ran past the footy, side bottom. Shimmies a little handball out to his great mate Pendlebury. Against the boundary line. And eventually ricochets off a couple of sets of hands and over.
Choice Hotels around the grounds, Bernie.
Oh, another goal to Port Adelaide. 5-2-32 to Sydney. No score. Going inside 50 again, Port Adelaide.
Boy, oh boy. Robbo, Bob Jane T. Martins.
The crowd are reacting to everything, every play. But I tell you what, if Pendlebury had got that, seriously, the whole joint went up. If he kicked it, it would have been a beauty.
The throw in. 55 out from the Blues goal. Hewitt tries to bust his way through. He did well to get the hands free, actually. The handball back. Cripps. Now Sard. Standing start. Pops it into the pocket. Curnow's got 3 Pies all around him. No chance of winning that contest. And again, they knock it out of bounds. 15 metres around from the Carlton goal. 4 minutes 30 left on the clock in this first term. Magpies lead by 3.
Yeah, that kick inside 50 just wasn't the right one to Curnow. As you mentioned, Joey had 3 on him. There were a few other players free.
Crisp in defence. Pendlebury another handball. Side bottom. Played 300 games together. Side bottom. And Pendlebury, and that handball for Dacos went out of bounds again. So another throw in. 35 metres around from the Blues goal. Still searching for their first major. They've got just over 4 minutes left in this opening term.
Absolutely nothing separating these two teams at the moment. Great way to start Saturday night footy. Pendlebury starting to accumulate. From defensive 50, kicks it high into the middle of the MCG. Good mark by Boyd.
Stand.
Kept his eyes on it. Back into the team tonight. Wastes no time and plays on. Sends it to a dangerous area. Darcy Moore floating across. Starting to get back to his best now, Sam.
He is. He had a great game last week again, starting to find that form. He's reading the ball a little bit better, getting those intercept marks, which we've all become very well known to.
Mason.
His kick went looking for Quaynor outside 50. Well done from Owies to get a hand in and force the ball out of bounds, so it stays in the Blues forward half. They're just peppering away at the moment. They haven't been able to break through. Pitnet and Cox. Cox won the tap down, but there was no one home for Collingwood. So in the end, Hewitt was first there. Chera got it back to Hewitt. Under pressure, didn't want to kick it, gave it to Pitnet. He's under pressure. Sard under pressure. So now Chera eventually tumbles the ball wide and inside 50. Jack Martin, great to see him back. He's handball for Cripps, who just turns it over. And now Josh Dacos. They're away and running here, the Pies. The kick for the go. He sat up on his head. So McGovern got the fist in, and now there's a loose ball. Centre half forward for the Blues. Cottrell comes out with it. McGovern on the left. The pass to Curnow is an absolute peach. Hitting lace outs. Frampton was right on his hammer. He has taken the mark. 40 metres out, slight angle. Well done, Mitch McGovern.
Yeah, on the left shoe as well. He couldn't have hit that any better. Frampton again, no opportunity to get a hand in. Transition of the footy in this game, brilliant. Collingwood again trying to come through the corridor. Well defended on that occasion. It's having a pretty big influence on this game, McGovern. Just setting up well down the line, intercepting.
Frampton with the roll on Curnow. The Coleman medal leader. Looking for his third straight. He's kicked 56 goals for the year. His third straight Coleman, that is. And that is a man that has shaped it. 6 behinds for the Blues in this first quarter. How many inside 50s, Chief, for Carlton compared to Collingwood?
Yeah, the inside 50s are 11 to 10 Carlton's way, but it's time in the forward half stat, Joey.
It's 61% to Carlton, 39 to Collingwood. They're able to keep the ball in there. They're just not converting properly.
That's concerning, isn't it?
Yep.
Maynard knocks it out of bounds at half back.
It's a game of momentum, isn't it? So when you get momentum like Carlton have, you've got to score because you know teams can, when they turn the tide, they can really hurt you. So got to make the most of it now, Carlton, with these inside 50s in the territory game.
Saw it all on the Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman, unbeatable deals on LG, big savings on selected TVs, fridges, washers. Plus, of course, the bonus gift cards. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Actually need a new TV.
Holding the ball,
Might be worth the phone call. Holding the ball.
Get up, straight up,
Carlton
back
free
to
kick.
it, let the
We'll
ball
go to George Hewitt. He's about 75 around for the Blues goal.
Choice Hotels, another goal to Port Adelaide, 6-2-38 to Sydney. Zip, duck eggs.
You calling it, Bernie?
Not yet.
Hewitt will drive it into the top of the square. There's players everywhere. It's Frampton that stays at the back. Oh, he almost throws that one over the line.
Oh, that same throw.
That was a scoop.
Jeez.
We might have to get down to Robbo in a minute. It looks like a key blue. Down in the rooms. Is that a throw, Bernie?
I think he might have thrown that. Why would you throw that?
How's he got away with that?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Walsh lines up from 50. Finally, can they get the goal this time? Frampton a bit more conventional.
Yeah, that's better.
Double hands it over the line for another behind. That's 8. 8 straight points for the Blues. Collingwood 1-2-8, and we'll get down to Robbo. Bob Jane, team Arts.
Mitch McGovern got smashed in front of us about 5-6 minutes ago. Down in the rooms now. It looks like a shoulder, so he couldn't continue, so they've taken him down there with the physio and doctor.
What were his numbers early, Two-Man?
Yeah, 6 disposals and a couple of intercept marks.
He's having a big influence without having a lot of the footy, I feel. He's setting up really well down the line. He's taking a couple of intercept marks, but he's just hard to get past.
To go, he looks for Cox on the wing. Got 2 hands on it, couldn't bring the footy down. Great pick up, Dacos playing a different game to everyone else in this first quarter. Pendlebury at half forward, shares with Chris, can go back to Dacos. This is where it started, and that's where it finishes. Pure class from some of Collingwood's best. 2-2-14 the Pies. Carlton 8 behinds after 26 minutes. The deft touch of Scott Pendlebury was outstanding.
Oh, the transition again, that time all by hand from the stoppage, from the contest. They just kept working it forward. Don't underestimate that finish too from Dacos. He had pressure coming at him from both angles. Just the ability to compose himself, know where the goals are, throw it on the boot and snap it through. He's a special player. Have a look at some of this. He actually started the chain, Dacos. Won the clearance, flicked it out to his teammate. We see Cripps get involved as well. Crisp get involved a couple of times as well. But Dacos, the finish, that can lift the side. Look how happy they are.
Two-man Dacos numbers. Nick Dacos, first quarter.
Yeah, 10 touches and 1 major. And Pendlebury, 9 disposals.
Red Z Lending Loans for the self-employed. REDZED.com. Cripps wins the clearance for the Blues. Inside 50. Curnow ran under the footy. Big fist from Moore. Cottrell first onto it. At half forward for Carlton. Elijah Hollins back to Cottrell. 30 seconds left in the term. They'll get one last chance here. The Blues. Always takes the mark. 70 out. Wheels. And instead of going long, he tries to go short. He was looking for Elijah Hollins, but Darcy Cameron got in the way, and the Pies, as they do, know there's not long to go in the quarter and are happy to soak up time. It's a big risk, isn't it, Bernie, if you're not going to tag Nick Dacos? It doesn't look like there's a hard tag. Hewitt started on him, but hasn't finished the quarter on him. There is Georgie Hewitt on cue to Harry Mackay, who could finish with something special on the siren. A dribble kick from 40 metres. They had 8 cracks at kicking a conventional goal. And in the end, a la Peter Dacos, Harry has kicked one of the great dribblers on the siren to level things up at the MCG. The crowd are enthralled in this one. Quarter time, Collingwood 2-2-14, Carlton 1-8-14. We're all here loving this one. Sarah, Bernie, Two-Man, Robbo, Jack Everett and Joey from McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M rocking football.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Get match fit with Bunnings Trade. No matter where they are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink for $6.95.
Live from an Amy Insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsavers Advanced Hearing Technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Installery. Installery. Installery.
Well, the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in-store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
What a start to Saturday night footy here in a big crowd at the Triple MCG. It's Collingwood 2-2-14. Carlton 1-8. That's right, 1-8-14 scores a level at quarter time. Harry Mackay kicking the one goal for the Blues, Jordan Ngoe and Nick Dacos the goal kickers for the Pies. Down to you, Robbo. Bob Jane, Team Arts.
Mitch McGovern's the one. He's just running out to the huddle now, so the doctors have been screaming in and out of the rooms. It's a shoulder and a lot of pain. He got hit about 5, 6, 7 minutes ago right in front of us. He tried to pursue it, but gone in. So Kennedy's the sub for Carlton, so he's still in his warm-up kit. So McGovern out there, they're going to test him and see how that shoulder goes.
Keep an eye on that one. Bob Jane Team Arts, of course, have got a great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. You can call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. What do the numbers tell us, Stu? Red Z Lending.
Carlton's pressure, they're number 1 in the AFL for pressure, going at 188 tonight. They're at 199. Just some leading ball winners. Cripps with 11 disposals, and for the Magpies, 10 apiece to Nick Dacos and Josh Dacos. Of course, Nick Dacos with the 1 major.
And Choice Hotels around the grounds. What the hell is going on at the Adelaide Oval?
This is unbelievable. It's quarter time. Port Adelaide is 7-3-45. It's their best first quarter ever against the Swans. Sydney, scoreless.
Duck eggs. Unbelievable. Bernie Vincent, Sarah Hosking have got all of your Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 1984. It is red hot out there in the first quarter.
Relatively low scoring, you'd say, but the transition of the footy from both sides, they're taking the game on, coming through the corridor. It hasn't worked all the time, but both of Collingwood's goals have come from kick-ins. The source come from kick-ins, so they're shooting it through the middle and taking the game on. As I said during the play, Carlton are sort of doing a pseudo sort of man-on-man and trying to half play from a man from kick-out, and Collingwood have found that out, and what they've done is they've dragged them up and then kicked over the back, and it's allowed them to come through the corridor and enter 50 with sort of only the 2 kicks. They did it by handball again with the chain, so been pretty exciting. Even though there's only been 3 goals scored for the game, it has been really entertaining.
It has, hasn't it? And our man Nick Dacos that everyone always talks about, I feel like he's starting to get off the chain a little bit. George Hewitt's given him a little bit of time, but he needs a bit more because at the moment his work rate is just outworking Carlton.
Robbo, Mitch McGovern.
Yeah, well, Michael Voss doesn't want to disrupt his back 6, so he's starting, which is a good sign. I reckon they've jabbed him. He's got strapping right side on that shoulder.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy as we start the second quarter. As I said, in front of a big crowd here at the Triple MCG. Big game feel. And Scott Pendlebury's 400th game. He's made a good start to things as well. And Quaynor at half-back tries to dance around Hewitt. Then pops a high ball in the direction of McStay at half-forward. No mark taken. De Goey at ground level. Off to Noble. Next to the centre circle. Pies retreating a little bit to try and open up the ground. Darcy Moore can go even wider again. Bytel's got some work to do, and the footy beats him. It's out of bounds underneath the Shane Warne stand.
Just again, some of those ball winners, Stu, Red Z Lending for both sides. Some of the other ones.
Yeah, some of the other key winners. George Hewitt, he's had 10 disposals. Elijah Holland, 7. Newman also with 7. And Pendlebury, 9 touches.
Hewitt sort of on Nick Dacos at this stoppage, but not really.
Block, Carlton.
You heard the umpire there, exclusively mic'd up for Triple M.
Yep.
Free kick on the way to Pitnet in the ruck. Darcy Cameron wasn't sure why, but Pitnet gets it moving to Akers.
Outside 5,
play these days for the Blues.
Play
just
on,
forward of the
play
wing.
on.
Shane Warne stands side. He didn't really like what he saw, so just handballs over the shoulder to Newman and gives it back to Akers. It's a little bit of stat padding. And Collingwood well set up behind the ball. So they're going to have to be patient here, Carlton.
Outside 5, under contested mark chains again. Just trying to keep the ball off Collingwood, keep it out of a contest.
Kerno wants it just sort of lobbed up for him to have a run and jump at it. It's not going to go in that direction. Instead, it's going to go straight to Darcy Cameron, who was the ruckman down on line with the ball. And he takes an easy intercept mark in the end.
Not 15.
And having to go short to Maynard, just on the junction of the 50-metre line and the boundary line. Half back for the Pies towards the wing. Right on Wiedering. Strong mark.
He wants to move things on quickly. You've got Sard, who can go all the way to centre half back. Brody Kemp has had a good couple of weeks, averaging 18 disposals and 8 marks in his last 2.
Outside 5, play on. You.
Shares with Ollie Hollands. Aggressive kick into the corridor. Joey shaking his head. Not the right one, Joey.
Sat up in the air way too long.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the ball off again, up to 37 uncontested marks now to Collingwood's 15. That's how teams have played them over the past 5 or 6 weeks.
Darcy Moore takes an easy mark. In the direction of Cox at half forward. He created some room, and Darcy Cameron's marking everything at the moment. At fullback a couple of minutes ago. Now he's got it 65 out. Short pass to Hoskin Elliott. The Pies build this up. 2-2-14. Plays 1-8-14. Triple M. Titanium Caravan scoreboard. And here's the applause for Pendlebury. He's too far out to score, but he directs all of his teammates into the pocket. That's where he wants it to go. Off hands Elliott. Cameron trying to snap the footy, was smothered. Dacos has already got one. Snaps on the left. And Nick Dacos can't make it a second. The Pies take a 1-point lead. Triple M, Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
And again, both teams just taking a little bit of a slower approach to getting the ball inside their forward 50.
A kick in for Newman's, good one to Camp, who tries to squeeze a kick again. One that wasn't on for Ollie Hollands. Lucky not to get pinged there. So they're trying to play this uncontested mark game, Bernie, but tell you what, some of these players have just got to pick better options.
Yeah, it's got to be uncontested though, Joey, doesn't it? You can't be kicking to a 50-50. If you want to keep it off them, just take the easy one.
No short to a 50-50. There's Hoskin Elliott, wins a clearance, tumbles the ball inside 50, spills to Bobby Dazzler. Dribbles a ball along the ground, hit the post. So good, Bobby. Always so dangerous. Collingwood look ominous here early stages. They're 2-4-16. Carlton 1-8-14. They've played a couple of minutes in this second term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer than the luxurious Titanium Caravan.
Sarah, we were just talking about this at quarter time. Carlton letting Nick Dacos run around on his own at the moment. Is it the right idea?
Absolutely not. I think he put more attention into him. Yeah, Chincotta, he held Zach Butters to about 10 disposals on nearly an hour on him. So, he would be my option to put on Nick Dacos, knowing that he's done the job before.
Maynard drives it back inside forward 50 for the Blues. Off hands, snapped around the corner, won't make the distance. It's marked by Kemp. It's a bold decision, Burn, when we've seen Nick Dacos burn so many teams by not doing it.
Yeah, Chincotta, though, does take a midfielder out. He's really man-focused. When he tags, he doesn't sort of go for the footy much. So whether they think Hewitt's a better matchup and he can actually win his own footy as well, that's the balance you've got to find.
And Chincotta's playing as a defender, playing on Elliott and Bobby Hill, so maybe they want to stiffen their defence. His intercept mark was taken by Frampton, who goes into the pocket, or Elliott thought about launching. Did he have a challenger today? Jamie Elliott for Mark of the Year with the Zane Dursma grab, or do you think Elliott's still got him covered?
Not being biased, he certainly did, Joey.
Chu told me it was Mark of the Century earlier.
I think the Collingwood boys maybe still have him covered, but it's going to be close.
Sean Smith.
Jack Martin, his kick was only squeezed out as far as long. Collingwood, they're attacking again here. Hoskin Elliott got a bit of space, point of the square, half forward. Here is Bobby Hill, 60 out. Half forward, short kick on the lead to DeGoey in front of Sard. Man on the mark is right on the 50-metre line. 5 metres in from the boundary line, wrong side for a right footer. But we have seen this man kick a few bombs from here, including grand final day last year.
Geez, he turned his back on the play pretty quickly after that mark. He had Jamie Elliott actually got some separation on his man. If he turned straight away, he could have found him.
He's going to have to kick this every bit of 55. We know he's got the leg. He's given it a good ride. It's got right to the goal line, but not quite accurate enough. Another behind now. It's Collingwood's turn to pepper away in ones. They're 2-5-17. Carlton 1-8-14. They've played 6 minutes in this second term at the MCG. Massive crowd. Saturday night footy, of course, Remote Water built tough Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ring.
Well, the second quarter numbers tell us, Stu. Red Z Lending.
Pies winning the territory battle inside 50s in this quarter. A 4-2 Collingwood's way, but time in the front half, they're at 80%.
80.
Darcy Cameron's marked another one for the kick in.
How many marks, Ash? Cameron.
Darcy Cameron, Triple N, Red Z Lending stats.
He looks long. Cox got an uncontested leap at it.
Going to drag it out much longer. It'll be half time.
We got one umpire saying it was a mark and the other saying play on. So the senior umpire comes across and plays it a mark to Mason Cox. Wow. Harvey Norman replay. Did he have enough of it?
He took a good chunk of it. McGovern's just...
No, he had it.
Yeah, he had it. McGovern's put his hand on the ball on the way down. But I reckon that's paid a good mark.
Matty's return last week against Richmond.
Just under the M there, that's the mark.
Someone interrupt, Jack.
A couple of steps for Cox. Deadly. Straight through the middle. He turns to the Collingwood faithful. And good things are happening for the Pies in the second quarter. They're 3-5-23. Carlton 1-8-14 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, 4 marks for Darcy Cameron with 8 touches, equal number 1 ranked player for the Magpies.
Oh, that's better, Ash. That's what we were after about 3 minutes ago, too, man.
Just give us a half-time update.
I'm usually...
Bernie, just Royce Hotels around the grounds. What is going on at the Adelaide Oval?
No, we'll raise the bat. Half century for Port Adelaide before Sydney have scored. 8-4-52 to Sydney. Still zip. How's this happening?
Are there Sydney Swans players actually on the field?
No,
or are they not?
I'm pretty sure they just did a head count. There's all 18 out there, but I don't know. What's happening here?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, good game of footy here at the MCG. Mason Cox just lets the crowd know he's still around. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Magpies with another clearance. It was Nick Dacos who gets it back and then lays it into the path of Dan McStay, the absolute class of a champion. He's the youngest champion running around the AFL at the moment. Harry Shees was threatening him, but he's still number 1.
Oh, he's number 1.
And that is a beautiful kick to McStay, 30 metres out straight in front.
Got to do something about that now. I don't care if Tim Cotter's playing a defensive role on someone. Just put someone on it, even if it's just through the rest of this quarter.
Looked good last week against the Tigers, McStay. He's got one in front of 90,000 of the MCG. That'll get the arousal levels going. Great to see him back. And Pies, well, they're now skipping away a little bit. 4-5-29. Carlton 1-8-14. 9 minutes played, second term, Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, well, it was all Nick Dacos that set that up. He was the one that took the ball out of the centre clearance, and it's his work rate that gets him to keep staying involved. He follows the passage of play, got a little give and go, and then a great look inside 50 where he's just kicked the ball across his body straight to Dan McStay. They've got to do something here, Carlton, to stop his influence on the game because he's having a real impact.
7-1 inside 50s this quarter. Contested possession. Collingwood 13 to Carlton's 3. They've got to turn it up a notch, Carlton. This game's slipping away really quickly.
They've won 1 of their last 4 coming into tonight, Carlton. They are in big trouble here at the Triple MCG for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Cripps won the clearance, but only as far as Dacos, who wins another one. High and long inside the Pies forward 50. Back with courage.
That's a mark every day.
No mark paid to McGovern.
What's happening?
Umpire says play on. Pies tap it towards goal, and Boyd hoiks it around the corner, but Collingwood have got the wall set up.
Another mark under M there, Ash.
That's number 5.
Good boy.
Darcy Cameron again, dominating this one.
He's on now, too.
And now Darcy Cameron's going to push inside 50. Noble instead will go to the pocket. It's a low ball. Bobby Hill, or Elliott it was in front. Schultz wrapped up. Ball up, 40 out. Carlton defence under pressure here. And this has been their Achilles heel, too, man. Defending D50 stoppages. Worst team in the competition, the Blues. McStay. He wins it. Snaps. Goes right to the goal line. And there's McGovern again. Bernie Vince is all over it. McGovern at one end, Darcy Cameron at the other. The kick to Boyd, he dropped the mark. He went back to McGovern. He had a little fumble. McCreary trying to go soccer style, and he fresh out it to Hoskin Elliott instead. Snaps and misses. Oh, errors everywhere. 4-6-30. Carlton 1-8-14. It's a 16-point lead. The Blues are under all sorts of pressure at the moment. They feel like they're just hanging in.
Geez, McQuarrie would love his time again. He had time there to just pick it up and kick it through. Decided to go off the ground, had a fresh area.
They look totally rattled, Carlton, sir.
Yeah, they do. They've lost and dropped off a little bit of their pressure. They're struggling to get their ball movement going as well. And credit to Collingwood. I feel like their defence is absolutely killing them at the moment.
It's what they're doing a lot of now, kicking back into a contest. That's not how they've planned to come in. You can see early on they're trying to do that uncontested mark chain, bring Collingwood defenders up, but they're panicking now, kicking to contest.
Stationary targets everywhere as Jack Crisp marks and again sends it inside the Pies attacking area. It's knocked away. Mackay has a fumble. 52 out from Collingwood's goal. Crisp gathers. McCreary lays a tackle on Hewitt straight away. Just lingered on a fraction too long. But the effort, the intensity, the desire, it's all there for Collingwood tonight. Martin on the wing drops it. Might get a second opportunity after the Akers handball. Next to the boundary line, interchange bench side. Cottrell got hands away. No time, no space. Collingwood forced that ball out of play.
Stand up.
They tried to go quicker this time, Carlton. Still had nothing. And this was their issue last week, Bernie, against Port Adelaide, the Blues. They got hemmed in their back half a lot and just kept kicking it long down the line.
They look confused when to go fast and slow. They're sort of not getting that right at the moment.
It's Been a bit of an issue all year. Throw in on the wing. Crisp leads the footy. Couldn't take it cleanly. Newman sends it inside 50 for Carlton. Jack Martin stay down. Cottrell almost with a beautiful crumb. Was he held without the footy? Umpire right there said no. And then Quaynor's handball missed the mark, so it's a live ball. Chance for Chera. Tries to square it up. Ollie Hollands, it's Elijah in fact in space. Good kick from Chera. Nice bit of composure. And Elijah Hollands will have a shot 35 metres out straight in front.
Yeah, better passage of play from Carlton. What we haven't seen this quarter so far is Cripps and Walsh. Cripps is on 2 disposals, Walsh the 1, both having a huge influence in that first quarter. This last passage of play didn't involve them at all. So it's those players around that are starting to get their hands on the ball to be able to move it forward.
For the sake of the Blues, just to steady and get back into this contest, he needs to make it. He does. He's a good player. Just what they needed, Carlton. They've been holding up defensively. When they go down the other end, and the first look at it, they score 2-8-20. The Magpies 4-6-30. 10-point lead to Collingwood halfway through this second term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, just need to not panic here at the moment, Carlton. Go back to their plan, the way they come in, the way teams have beaten Collingwood over the past month or a bit more is that uncontested mark chain. Just keep the ball off, don't panic and bring it back into a contest. They look like they've gone away from that this term for whatever reason. Just the pressure's gone up too.
Robbo, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, Charlie Curnow was off for 7 minutes and he was replaced by McGovern. McGovern straight down in the rooms again. Trouble with that shoulder. Physio doctor, so panic with the Carlton mob here with McGovern again in the rooms.
Just the Blues second inside 50. Collingwood have had 10 in this quarter. Their pressure rating has dropped from 201 at quarter time to 162 in this term.
So for all of Collingwood's dominance, Carlton only trail by 10 points. For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Chera takes the advantage and drives out of the middle, long inside Carlton's attacking area. Moore gave a handball to Howe, smothered by Fogarty, pounces on the loose ball and goals. 2 in a minute for the Blues. And the scoreboard all of a sudden looks a whole lot better. 3-8-26 to 4-6-30. 14 minutes gone. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, it was outstanding pressure from Fogarty, but it started in that centre clearance. It was Chera who just took the advantage, got a nice deep entry inside the forward 50. But that outstanding pressure from his small forward in Fogarty who just put on a smother. He chased his own ball and had a quick goal straight in front from about 10 metres out.
Great forward 50 pressure. That's what you want from your smalls. Just always ask the question. Always make the defender find a man or put him under pressure. Don't allow any time for him to make a decision. Well done, Fogarty.
Yeah, great smother, Harvey Norman replay. Unbeatable deals on LG. Big savings on selected TVs, fridges and washers, plus bonus gift cards. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best price guaranteed. Choice hotels around the grounds. What's happening, Bernie? Harlem Globetrotters versus Washington Generals.
Just what price was that, by the way, Joe?
Yeah.
10-4, 64. Port Adelaide have just kicked another one. 64 points to 0 still. Sydney haven't scored.
Enough for the week. You don't miss the thing, do you, Bernie?
Let's put that one in, please.
Back
You
in
almost got away with it.
DeGoey picks the ball up inside 50. Pendlebury got the hands free. There's Stewart on Nick Dacos this time. Not giving him an inch, and then Nick Dacos gave away the free kick. Just fell into the back of Georgie Hewitt.
It's the price check. Thanks, Joe.
Stand.
Was it the press price?
I think so.
Press price.
Close. Just unfortunate
Outside
for him.
5.
No Wiedering in the back pocket. So the Blues trail by 4 points. Just that score. Well, I was trying to get around the grounds instead of the breast price. What's around the grounds to score?
I'm telling you, Port Adelaide about to kick another one, so it'll be 11-4, 70 to 0.
Oh, that's not serious,
No,
Bernie.
I'm serious.
Stop.
This is not a replay.
There are people listening, Bernie, that want to
No.
know the score in the Port Adelaide-Sydney game.
Rioli has just kicked another goal, so it becomes 11-4, 70 to 0. It could be 100 to Zipson. Are you kidding me?
In the second quarter too.
This team was a team that no one could beat. They were about 14 games clear on top of the ladder. Now they can't even kick a goal.
This season's off its head.
What's
Seriously.
wrong with
This is wild. Scoreboard says none for 70. It looks like an opening partnership at the moment. There's a kick off the ground.
Are you joking?
It will be insufficient intent.
12 and a half minutes.
Oh, the umpire's gone over again.
12 and a half minutes to go in the second term, by the way. Port Adelaide, Sydney. Not even halfway through the second.
Choice Hotels, Ash, what happened earlier today, please?
Earlier today, Geelong defeated Adelaide by 5 points and North Melbourne defeated the Tigers by 13.
Well, that was the main set.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
I just keep asking him so he can say that.
Yeah, he's leaning into me, sort of getting affectionate when he says that.
I'd be a little bit worried, Bern.
Yeah, I am.
When he leans in like that, Bytel.
I don't mind it.
Rolls the ball along the line.
Two-man turned up with his bathers on, ready for the spa.
He was still wet.
Two-man just whispered to me, Northwood today's better than Portsmouth against Sydney tonight. Yeah, hey, we just beat Richmond.
You calling it yet, Ash?
Come back to you shortly.
All I've seen him do is just watch Zane Duursma highlights in the background as well.
His phone's gone flat. He's using the other one now.
Pendlebury distributes to Degoe, little tap on. Never trust a man with two phones as Dacos flips a handball over to Degoe. 45 out, arches the back. Here's another one for the Pies. Degoe's got 2. 5-6-36, plays 3-8-26. 18 minutes gone in this second quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, again, another great entry from Collingwood. They're very dominant this quarter, but it's great to have the addition of Degoe come back in the side this week. We know he struggled with that groin soreness and groin issues, but he's just such a powerful player. You know, when he puts his on in the midfield at times, but tonight he spent all his time up forward so far, and he's just having a real influence. We're starting to get into the game and involved.
This is more he's sort of seen. Jordan Degoe hasn't been his best year, but he thought, you know what, 90,000 Saturday night, I might just find my best two-man stoppage goal for the Magpies, Achilles heel for the Blues.
Yeah, they're the worst team defensively, Carlton, conceding 42 points per game from stoppage. Already they've conceded 2, 3, 15. Carlton have only kicked the 4 behinds.
Yeah, got to tighten up defensively, the Blues from stoppage. Back in the middle, Walsh. Handball to Mackay, who's now doing some ruck work. He's taken down in the tackle. We'll have a ball up. We'll get down to Robbo, Bob Jane T-Marks.
It's all happening in the Blues camp, Joey. Chera now, physio and doctor into the rooms. So McGovern's run on. They're trying to rub new life into Sard. And Kennedy's warming up as well. So big panic stations for Carlton.
All right, keep an eye on it for us, Robbo. You're all over it down there.
Just in the cricket too. Choice Hotels, we're 1 for 71 now. Sydney have got a wicket.
Was it Kawaja?
Yeah, Kawaja. Warner, take your pick.
Ball up, 80 out from the Blues goal, just inside the centre square. It's 5-6-36 Collingwood. Carlton 3-8-26. Been a high-pressure game. A lot of mistakes, but plenty to play for. Both teams playing for keeps. Carlton for top 4. Collingwood to keep their finals hopes alive. From the stoppage, Hewitt, clever underground handball. Got it out wide to Ollie Hollins, who's now got a bit of time and space, but instead of driving it in deep, he just goes short and wide to Cottrell, which now means Collingwood get numbers back. Darcy Cameron sitting in the hole. He's having real influence. The kick's a low one to Cripps, coming out of full forward. Got 2 hands to it, almost had the mark. Not paid. Desperation from Frampton to get the fist in.
And he had a long time to get rid of it too, Cripps. I thought he took the mark, but we were blindsided, hit the ground. Then he took a long time, dragged it in. That's probably holding the ball.
Like he got a double chop across the head from Howe and Frampton. But no free kick. Carlton in the clearance. Jack Martin, Elijah Hollins, and now Hewitt off one step to a dangerous spot. Akers got hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. There's Jack Martin again, taken down in a tackle. 20 out from the Blues goal. They're trailing by 10 points, just under 6.5 minutes left in this first half.
Nick Dacos, watch two-man, Red's Head Lending.
16 touches, leading ball winner for the Magpies and a major.
And Cripps to do the ruck work. Mackay a little late on the scene. Curnow arrives now, ran past the footy. Fogarty was back by hand to Hollins. His handball intercepted. Nice little hand by Elliott. Got in the way and disrupted things. Boyd for the Blues, who spikes it forward. And Jeremy Howe's there set up for Collingwood on defensive 50. Combines with Josh Dacos and kicks around the corner, but straight into the waiting arms of Nick Newman for the Blues.
Poor option had Bytel by hand. He could have used him, gone over that Carlton defender.
Squared up to McGovern, who goes short to Walsh. Point of the square, half forward. He tried to go to Harry Mackay, but it was a poor kick. Sat on his head. In fact, went over his head. There's no chance of competing in that one. Well, the Blues will get a stoppage, 15 metres out from their goal.
And Chew, what's Nick Newman's numbers? He's had a few intercepts. Seemed to getting his hands on the ball and generating that ball movement forward.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's had 13 disposals, almost 300 metres gained as well, and a couple of clearances.
Takes all the kick-outs, though.
Side bottom, just double fist that towards the boundary line.
How many kick-outs of those kicks?
Just the 4.
Okay, so umpires looked at each other, decided to throw it in again.
Anyone else ever
No
take
bite
a lot of
from Joey.
carrots?
Darcy, Harry, ball's going to come
that's
this way.
unfair.
Might be a few next Saturday.
Oh, is that your big game, Joey?
Castlemaine Magpies.
You feeling fit?
Oh, I can't wait.
Not really looking fit.
Chomping fit. Akers from the stoppage. Standing start. One step from 45. Flushes the post. It was a great effort. He just waltzed in, picked it up, and let it fly.
Right there.
And it's just hit the post. So 3-9 for the Blues. They're 27. Collingwood 5-6-36. 5.5 minutes to go before half time.
He's looked good for a long time. Then that shot on goal too. Had a bit of a right to left bender.
Play on.
Hit the post.
Robbo, Bob Jane, Team Arts.
Yeah, happening a bit down here. Kennedy has now put his jumper on with the tracksuit on and getting a rub. So they may pull the switch here, Carlton. Just notice Pendlebury down in the rooms now with the doctor and the physio. I reckon extra strapping somewhere.
That's not part of the script for Pendles in game 400.
You don't get injured.
Was it 400 out of a possible 436, Ash?
Yeah,
Was it
ridiculous.
438.
438, that's insane.
Had a bit of strapping on his elbow, I noticed. He's getting that rebound.
Well, he had the bicep
tendon.
Yeah, the bicep tendon earlier in the year.
Bytel on the wing. Career high 25 disposals last week against the Tigers. He's going to set it up. Shallow entry and not a great one either. Cox had 3 to beat. And Sard marks and goes. Risky ball. Put his teammate Cottrell under pressure, but good strong hands. Takes a mark when he had everyone bearing down on him.
Oh, and that's another stinker. That's a turnover. They're trying to do these short, uncontested marks in their back line, and they're kicking it straight to the opposition, but they get out of trouble. Collingwood couldn't finish it off. And now the kick goes wide to Jack Butt, who got nailed by Frampton. That was almost a professional foul. He took him down. He knew he was going to give away the free kick, but it was able to buy a bit of time for his defence to get back. Walsh got the handball received when he probably shouldn't. Handballs to Motlop, who broke one tackle, and then his handball coughed it up, although he was pushed as he handballed. So he'll get it back. Collingwood fans don't like it. Nick Dacos goes over to him and says a bit of a dive, but he certainly got nailed by McCreary. He can't do that. McCreary just dropped the shoulder into his back after he handballed it. And Jesse Motlop will have the free kick, 55 metres out straight in front. He doesn't have the leg.
Not sure why they're booing. That's a free kick any day of the week. It's almost suspendable.
So Motlop, he's pretending that he's going to have a shot. There's no chance.
Watch him slot this down.
From 55. He kicks it to the goal square. That was always going to happen. That was always going to happen.
Were you worried early?
Never in doubt.
It took off pretty good from the boot.
It did look good actually to start on the replay. Harvey Norman, Bernie.
That's a definite free kick. Not sure why Collingwood are booing. Hit him late. They already disposed of the footy and clubbed him, basically.
Prairie. So Carlton 3-10-28. Magpies 5-6-36. 3.5 minutes left before half time.
Choice Hotels, Ash, Adelaide Oval.
Port Adelaide, 11-6-72, but Sydney have kicked their first major. They're at 1-2-8, 6.5 to go before half time.
Pitch is really cracking up on day 5, 8 for 72.
Day 4 at Mumbai, that one. Great tackle, McCreary. Chase down Motlop.
Oh, big going on there.
Eyed him off from about 30 metres away and got him.
That's from before. They're all targeting him. No, they're going after him. Dacos over again to let him know McCreary was involved in that hit late. Like it.
Back into the team tonight by McCreary. Been out since round 16 with a calf issue. Short and wide to Maynard. Waste no time. Cox is being held. It was there for everyone to see. The arms went back, the head went back.
There's a lot of vacuum going on here.
Harvey Norman replay will tell us a good story, but
Adam.
what are we seeing here, Bert and Sarah?
That's a free kick every day of the week. Nick Newman's just standing behind Mason Cox, at least a head shorter than him.
He sort of went around him and held both arms and dragged him down. Now he's shaking his head. He obviously didn't watch the replay.
Mason got his money's worth, though. I think it's fair to say.
He always does. Watch for the turn to the crowd here if he slots this one.
Right forward pocket. About 25 out.
I know you love those celebrations, Joey.
Tough angle, he steers it through. He goes and tells Nick Newman all about it. And Nick Newman picks him up over his head. It's a German suplex.
They're coming from everywhere.
Cox ran at Newman, and Newman tossed him out like he was rubbish.
Newman's head's getting slammed against the ground.
Players come in from both teams. DeGoey wants a slice of the action. Mason Cox started it.
Mason Cox still going.
He's lost his sunnies.
Yep, that'd be the first things on target.
He got thrown around like a rag doll.
He's just buffing him up now.
He's got to clean them with a
He's got
tissue.
a cleanser.
They're all fogged up.
He needs Nan's tissue to give him a clean.
He pulled it out of his sock. How does that work?
Dear, oh dear. Good theatre.
Yeah, good theatre. And well umpired too, not to pay a silly free kick in front of goal, create a double goal or something silly.
14-point lead in the Maggies. Robbo, Bob Jane team up.
Yeah, Kennedy's the sub, so he's out. Chera's done a hamstring, so they've been forced, the Blue Baggers. Pendlebury's just run out of the rooms into the middle.
Oh boy, plenty going on.
Robbo's
going to be
busy.
a throw.
Robbo's busy down there. Plenty happening, Robbo.
Throw against the Blues. So it's going to go the way of Jack Crisp.
Darcy, out.
He's pointing to in the pocket. And instead he kicks a low dart straight down the middle. He might have tried to fool everyone. Cripps got the arms free, but he was good enough to get the handball away. Got to be careful here, Carlton. Ollie Holland's good clearing kick
well
for Jack
done.
Martin.
That's where they've struggled. They've struggled to find that initial mark just to relieve the pressure, and now the follow-up uncontested mark. This is more the plan from Carlton. This, not so much.
No, that's another aggressive kick that is not the right option. Straight into the middle. It had a lot of hang time, although it might work. Charlie Curnow sees Kennedy. Oh, the super sub has been on for 30 seconds, and he pops it into the path of Motlop.
Well done.
Well done by Matty Kennedy. Straight into the action as the sub, as Robbo so beautifully told us. And Jesse Motlop, who's been attacked physically the last few minutes, might get the best revenge by slotting a goal from 20 out straight in front.
It was a risky kick from Carlton, and we mentioned the risky space to kick it back into the corridor, but they made it work. Again, just using that chain to get out of it. Numbers turn up to the contest and around the ball. It's a lovely kick inside 50 to Motlop.
Needs to finish now, Jesse. 15, 20 metres out straight in front. He's missed badly. So maybe the Pies have got into his head. That's a bad miss from the youngster. 3-11-29. Magpies 6-6-42. 13-point lead, final minute of an entertaining first half.
That's just pure nerves. He didn't look comfortable at all. Since he took that mark, he got up and didn't look like he wanted the kick. He just poked at it, leant back and pulled it.
He lost himself on the run-up.
Yeah, he sort of looked a bit...
Needed to go back and do it again.
And it's the set shots that are letting them down. They've got 1 goal 4 from set shots.
Great tackle, McCreary again, this time Sard. He gets up and stares at him too.
Keep going on.
There is plenty of feeling in this game.
Like it.
It's Collingwood who lead by 13 points with 44 seconds remaining in the opening half to go in. Hewitt go at it off the ball, throw in broadcast wing. Hewitt wins the clearance, was stripped by Dacos, won it back again and jammed a little kick forward. Pendlebury distributes to Hoskin Elliott, back inside, was bumped as he kicked. And it's marked by Newman, who had a big first half.
And another intercept. The AFL average is 7 per game. What are we up to, Two-Man?
Yeah, inside the D50, and Carlton have already racked up 8 inside their D50 alone.
Cripps knows there's not much time left, so he wheels and gets it inside 50. Loose ball in the pocket. Josh Dacos getting back out of bounds. Robbo, Bob Jane team up. It's not another injury to a blue, is there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a right shoulder, and it's heavy contest down here, and it's Cottrell now in the hands of the trainers, taking the medical kit in as well. So probably get juiced and strapped up that right shoulder.
And then the war's down there, the Blues. They get the final chance of this first half. Throw in. A lot of bodies around it. Collingwood is so good in this situation. They get a secondary stoppage. 4 seconds to go on the clock. So they just need to not give away a free kick. They lead by 13 points, the Maggies, in Scotty Pendlebury's 400th. And it'll be Pendles who'll have the final touch of the first half. They are playing for keeps. Nick Dacos goes over and has another word to Motlop. There's some feeling in this one. There's not a lot of support for young Jesse Motlop from the Blues. And it's Collingwood who lead by 13 points, 6-6-42. Carlton 3-11-29. Plenty on the line. We'll have a little break and we'll talk through the first half right after this from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsavers Advanced Hearing Technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Installery, installery, installery.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers. Was that the halftime siren? Or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high definition sound at low Specsavers prices.
It's a marquee matchup on Saturday night here at the MCG, and so far it has delivered in spades at the main break. It's Collingwood 6-6-42 who lead Carlton 3-11-21. This is the halftime break. For Specsavers Audiology, was that the halftime siren or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. You can book a hearing appointment today for high definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Sarah Hosking, it has been a seriously entertaining half of footy and a really physical half of footy as well.
It has, very high pressure game. We're loving to see it. Plenty of contests and a lot of body work around the ground, and any players are getting taken out from 10 metres around the ball. So I think both teams, Collingwood in particular, that one they came back, they got the momentum, they're scored a couple of goals through their kick-ins and getting on the run through the middle, and when they look super dangerous is when they're going through the middle as well. But then obviously Carlton came back. I think early in that quarter Collingwood hit the first 10 inside 50, so Carlton wrestled the momentum back a little bit, but again the game would look a hell of a lot different had they have scored those early goals that they missed. They had 8 points for that first quarter.
And we were talking about it a bit during the game. At times, they looked as though they had come in with one plan and they've gone away from that plan, Carlton, and they weren't sure what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And we heard earlier on in the week just around Carlton needing to win at the contest and the stoppage, but then it's that pressure around the ground. And Bernie mentioned it earlier, is the kicking out of D50, when they're able to hit those short targets and then move the ball forward and use that uncontested style game as well, they look dangerous. But at the moment, Collingwood have just been able to eliminate that coming out of their D50.
Bern, how happy would Craig McRae be at half-time from a Collingwood point of view?
I'd be super pumped. They love it in the contest, Collingwood, so they're just trying to force Carlton, and you said that Carlton a little bit confused. We called that a few times about when to go fast and when to go slow, but that confusion's created by really good ground shape and setup from Collingwood, so just proud of the way they're having a crack at the foot. As we said in that first quarter, it was pretty low scoring. I think only 3 goals kicked in the first quarter, but it was still such an entertaining contest. There were big hits, big tackles, good defensive plays. There was a bit going on off the ball. We saw Motlop get attacked a few times, and they all went after him. There was a big scuffle down just outside. I think it was after Mason Cox kicked that goal. He went to ground and a few players flew in. So they're flying the flag for each other. It's been entertaining to watch, even though it hasn't been super high scoring. But to answer your question, he'd be pumped. Any coach is pumped if you're up at half time.
What do the numbers tell us, Two-Man? Red Z Lending?
Positives for Collingwood. They're winning the territory battle. 26 inside 50s to Carlton's 25. They're +7 in contested ball. They've been poor in both of those categories from their past 6 matches. Concerns for the Blues, their pressure rating dropped. In the first quarter, it was 201. In the second term, 176. And as Sarah spoke about, their set shots, they're 1 goal 4 from set shots. They're actually ranked number 1 in the comp this year, tracking at 70%.
Yeah, it's almost uncharacteristic from what we're seeing. You know, they're getting the ball inside their forward 50 at times, and it's just what they're doing with it at the moment. So, you know, they've got all the tools to be able to win this game, but it's at the end of the day, it's the efficiency inside 50. They're scoring from turnovers a lot. Two-man, it was 3 goals, 5 for turnovers for Carlton and 2 goals, 3 for Collingwood. So, but then you look at Collingwood and they're scoring from stoppage and Carlton aren't.
Which has been a concern for the Blues. They're ranked 18th defensively, I should say, from conceding scores from stoppage. Individually, Nick Dacos, leading ball winner for the Magpies, 16 touches and a goal. Josh Dacos with 15. Pendlebury in game number 400. He's had 14. Cameron, though, he's the number 1 ranked player for the Maggies. 11 disposals, 6 marks, Bernie.
Oh, 6, nice.
5 intercepts and 20 hit-outs. And for the Blues, 18 to Hewitt and 6 clearances. Cripps, 15 disposals, but just the 1 clearance, I should say, is averaging 8 per game this year. And Charlie Curnow, Jack, 4 disposals and goalless. Remember, he's kicked a goal from his past 66 consecutive matches.
Do you know you're still holding on to me?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
I don't know.
Because North Melbourne won. Because North Melbourne won. He's held me all night.
You don't show that much affection,
Normally
actually.
you're facing the ground, Jack. That time you were facing this way, I wanted you to see it, but he's been holding me, touching me.
It was like the old when you go to the movies and drop the arm over and pretend to yawn at the same time.
Yeah, I was watching
Coburg drive-ins.
It's real. How long are you going to hold on
I'll
to
take
my
you there
arm?
one day, Bernie.
And you're starting to tickle me, and it's getting weird, but I'm enjoying it.
Really, really creepy by you two, man. While we're on a roll, let's get to our halftime clanger, of course, with thanks to Amy. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy and Stu. Well, it is a special night for Scott Pendlebury, so it gives us a chance to take a little trip down memory lane.
Got to go down to the Collingwood ruins. We're a bit light on for staff at the moment, given the Olympics have started and a few people are gone. So one man, and one man only, has to step up to the plate. And that man is Ash the Two-Man, who's now dominating on the Supercoach show. We've given him open slather to get whoever he wants, but if he doesn't find the big names, he probably won't get another chance. So I go down with some degree of trepidation. Chua, over to you.
Thanks, Gary. I've got one of their prime movers, actually. I've got Scott Pendlebury in the rooms with me. Scott, congratulations firstly on your game today with 34 touches.
I think you introduced him as Scont Pendlebury.
Scont. Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Oh, it was a bit towy. He's... Thanks, Gary. I've got one of their prime movers, actually. I've got Scott Pendlebury in the rooms with me.
And can I ask, Ash, how many times have you been down in the rooms since that in 2012?
0.
Weren't asked back. I wonder why.
I'd never heard that.
No, you know what, Sarah? I was actually, Triple M put me in a 5 or 6 year suspension prior to the interview. They always used to send me down to the losers' rooms, and 6 years prior, I asked to Rocket Eat after the Bulldogs got belted by St Kilda by about 10 goals. Like Kaczynski kicked 5, Rewald 5, Garrick 7. I said to Rocket, where do you think you lost the game today? He actually ripped the microphone out of my hand and said, what do you think, Chua? And I was at the boss, Lee Simon, stamped my papers.
Just stay up here with us. I think
That's
you're
it.
safer. Speaking of down in the rooms, earlier today it was Geelong winners by 5 points over Adelaide. Lawson Humphries is having a very nice season on debut for the Cats, and Baz, Timmy, K-Mac and Hulls caught up with him after the game.
In the winning rooms, Geelong, Lawson Humphries man of the moment. Talk us through the snap. You had a crack a couple of minutes before that, fell short, and then to put it through, how'd it feel?
Yeah, no, it's pretty epic. That's it. Jezza actually said after the game, I reckon it's one of the loudest roars he's heard at the GMHBA, so that was pretty special. And it was after that first shot at goal, Pat Dangerfield came up to me and he just said, this game's about moments, and I felt like I was probably a little bit quiet compared to some other weeks that I've played, and I just kind of realised that in a close game like that, you just got to really stay in the moment, and if that comes up and it's your time to go, then that's what it's going to take. And I was just happy it came off well, and I knew pretty much straight away it looked pretty good and felt good off the boot. So definitely special to kick the first one, and I felt like I've been close for a couple of weeks and just glad to get one.
Tell us about you growing up over in WA. Who were your mentors growing up, and what was your footy like as a junior?
Yeah, so grew up in Wickham, really small town, small community. There was about 1,500 to 2,000 people there, and I loved it there. It was a really good community. All we did was play sport, cricket, footy, tennis, whatever. We were just always out and about, and I love that. And definitely my dad is probably my biggest mentor. He coached me with a lot of those sports, and it was the best time. Loved it, and I always loved going back there. And pretty special, I guess. I've had a few friends from Wickham come over and visit every now and then, and it's really special to kind of have that connection from when I was so young. And a lot of those guys helped me out a lot through the journey, so it's been pretty special.
And what's it been like moving over to Geelong, settling in, and obviously being surrounded by superstars at the Cattery? And what's that been like, and who is it that's been able to sort of really help you with that transition into the club?
Yeah, well, I think the main difference here is the weather. It's freezing here. But besides that, it's been pretty seamless move. The club's really good with the way they look after us, and I'd say Brandon Parfitt looked after me a lot. I lived with him for the first 6 months, so I think he really helped for me moving over, and he kind of understood, moving interstate, being from up north, and he was really good in that sense. And then, and just the club in general is just really good at supporting a lot of us new boys, and coming over with Mitchie Edwards, another WA boy, was really helpful as well, I thought.
And Jeremy Cameron kicked another 6 tonight. Didn't look like he was hitting them super well early, but still ended up with 6 goals. What's it like to play alongside Jez in the same team, someone of his calibre?
Yeah, it's pretty special. You kind of sit back sometimes and you're like, oh, he'll get the rest done for you. He's pretty epic like that. Early, he had a few shots of goal and missed, and he can be a bit like that, but you kind of know that he's going to kick them eventually. He's going to get those shots of goal, and he's epic to play with. And I think his leadership, I actually think, is probably something that's a bit underrated. I know he always looks after me and gets around me when I'm playing, and just, keeps me level-headed, and, keep trying to play my way. So he's really good in that aspect as well.
Well, mate, you had a fight on your hands. Your mates are up for the fight as well. You got the points. Well done. It's a tough season, and you sit second on the table right now on the live ladder. So well played, Lawson Humphries. Good on you, mate. Go and enjoy it.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
He's one of the good stories of this season. Lawson Humphries has slotted beautifully into that Cats lineup, and the winners today by 5 points. 13-12-90 to 13-7-85. Half-time here at the Triple MCG. It's the Pies with their noses in front. 6-6-42 to Carlton. 3-11-29. Third quarter is not far away from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers. Was that the halftime siren, or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Cut through the background blah to hear more of the sounds you want to hear with Specsaver's advanced hearing technology.
He gives it everything he's got from outside 50. It's a goal!
Book a hearing appointment with our audiology professionals for high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Always follow the directions for use.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
Both teams back out on the MCG getting ready for a big second half here. Collingwood 6-6-42 leading the Blues 3-11-29. This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Was that the halftime siren? Or did you just get a text? Don't miss a thing with Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing appointment today for high definition sound at low Specsavers prices. Bernie Vince, what do you think is going to play out in this second half?
Oh, I love the pressure that Collingwood's brought to this game. Carlton, as we've mentioned, trying to play a bit of an uncontested game. We've seen teams play against Collingwood that way the past 6 weeks. It's worked. They've sort of tried to do it with 1 or 2 kicks, and then they choose to bite off a kick in through the corridor, and it's been able to be turned over by Collingwood. That's what they want. They want it back into a contest. They win it and then go back inside 50. So I've loved what the Pies have brought tonight. Carlton just need to keep to their plan. Their plan has been to hold on to the footy. Just go back to it.
Robbo, a bit happening down on the boundary line. What do you got for us?
Trying to find Mitch McGovern, boys, and I can't find him. So he's been in strife with that shoulder. We know that Chera's done a hamstring. Already made the sub with Kennedy. So 3 starting on the bench for the Blue Baggers. And McGovern we haven't seen. So whether he comes up the stairs, we don't know. But he's been down in the rooms twice in that first half with a right shoulder. So let's see whether he actually comes out, but he's not here, McGovern. Mitch McGovern could be out.
Just look up to centre half back there, Robbo. Bob Jane teammates have great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. It's okay, Mr. and Mrs. McGovern. He's out there and he's gone straight to his spot at centre half back.
Yeah. He just had a little wee, I think.
He's off the drip, out of the hospital, back on. Even the greats like Mickey Roberts can make a blunder every now and then. Triple M Beacon Trade Scoreboard Tradies. Oh, you're getting behind the footy. The team at Beacon Trade's getting behind you. Experts in everything lighting and electrical. Beacon Trade is there to help you light the homes of Obvies. Partner up with a team that has your back at beacontrade.com.au. Let's make light work. Here's Jack Everin to get us underway for a big second half.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Free kick straight away, and it's Collingwood to take the advantage. Nick Dacos has been everywhere. Distributes a handball to Pendlebury. He's got a couple to choose from. Schultz off hands at the back. Handballs to Elliott, about 30 out from goal. He fumbles. And the Blues can breathe a sigh of relief as it's slammed out of defence by Brodie Kemp to the broadcast side here at the Triple M CG in front of a big, big crowd. Walsh brought to ground. Nick Dacos has him. Cripps trying to wrestle away, side bottom. Umpire lets it go for a while. Schultz at ground level, tackled by multiple Blues. Pitnet picks it up, shins it forward, if you could call it that. Little toe poke. Doesn't find Akers. Good contest by Frampton. Mackay had to be quick at half back. Cripps takes Dacos to ground. Scrappy footy to start the third quarter. Akers is down off the ball now, and it's side bottom on the wing.
You know, this third quarter started the way the game started, and then Schultz is taking the ground as he takes a mark. And the umpire's going to stop the play while Blake Akers gets assessed by the doctor. Who's going to check on Robbo? Is Robbo all good down there? You're right, Robbo?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just wondering whether McGovern will just run out again, and that was a set plan. 5 weren't out there, and all of a sudden he runs in just before the bounce.
Yeah, it was very late, Robbo. To be fair to you, it was the kick inside 50. Pitnet tried to take the mark. Bobby Hill stays down. Snap around the body on the left. Bobby just misses. Nick Dacos gives him a high 10 for that behind. Nick Dacos has been fully invested in this one. He's been giving lip. He's been hugging blokes and patting them on the backside. He's having a big game himself. First score of the third quarter goes the way of the Pies. They're 6-7-43. Carlton 3-11-29. Early stages, third term, Beacon Trade Scoreboard.
I've noticed that with Nick Dacos. Even when they get a goal scored against Collingwood, he runs down to all the defenders, gets around them, keeps their chin up.
He thrives off big environments too, especially with the crowd. Again, packed crowd here tonight at the MCG.
Bernie Vincent, Sarah Hosking, Seabus Super, making hard work pay off since 1984. That's the Blues trailing by 14 points. A couple of minutes gone in this third term as Bytel keeps it low, heading inside Collingwood's forward 50. All of the Carlton defenders stood there and looked at each other. And Hoskin Elliott sliding in, takes a mark 30 out, right forward pocket.
No, you can't have that. That's a 50-metre kick with a bit of height on it going inside 50. Someone's got to go for the ball, as you called it beautifully, Jack. They just looked around at each other. 3 or 4 Carlton players could have gone for that.
8. Hoskin Elliott had a chance in the second quarter. This would really hurt the Blues.
All clear.
He lets them off.
Right out, guys.
Second behind of the night, 6-9. Place 3-11. Triple M. Beacon Trade Scoreboard.
McGovern short
Outside
to Newman.
5.
In the back pocket. Blues will patiently look to build this one up.
Stand.
Kemp. Bit of a chuckle as the whistle didn't quite work as planned. And
the P.
Yeah, the P in the whistle. That's it. Switch the ball to Sard.
Play on.
As Ollie Holland's short. Stayed. Switch from one side to the other. Still just on their defensive 50. And now Hollands takes some territory. It's a good option. Charlie Curnow burn off Darcy Moore. So takes the mark uncontested on the wing. Wants to pop it up to Cripps. Sits it on the head of Nick Dacos. He's got the height and size. Couldn't take the mark. Nick Dacos did well enough. And now players around this footy. Cripps dragged it in, so he's going to get pinged. Right on Braden Maynard, who laid the tackle. Centre half back for Collingwood.
Stand, Patrick, stand.
There's been a few of those, and some that the umpires have let go where they've dragged the ball in.
Out, Darcy.
And a few that they've picked up.
Play on mine.
This goes laterally to Jeremy Howe.
Play on you.
Only a beautiful kick, and that's no exception. Finds Hoskin Elliott just inside the boundary line.
He's been everywhere tonight, Hoskin Elliott. He's had a few score involvements too. Man, what is his numbers for that?
He has 8 score involvements, which is the most on the ground, along with 12 touches.
Oh, well done, Sarah. Like it. Dacos, that was Nick, stayed front and square from that contest. Swept the handball to Hill, who swept the handball over to Elliott, who tried to square it up to Schultz, but he didn't realise Ollie Hollins, Jesse Motlop it was,
well done.
drifted down.
Well done by Motlop. He was behind his player too, had to sidestep
2 metres.
to get in front of him.
Stand.
They've almost become too unselfish, the modern footballer, haven't they? He would have been absolutely within his rights, Jamie Elliott, to banana that through from close range. And Mackay, long up the line, slapped forward by Darcy Moore. Nick Dacos has had a huge start to this third quarter. Ground ball gathered to Goey. That half forward was tackled high by the umpire who was 70 metres away, and the one that was 15 metres away didn't pay it.
And it was on George Hewitt too. We're just watching the Harvey Norman. He's just wrapped him just on the top of the shoulder. George Hewitt's put over De Goey's shoulder.
It's not a free kick. Nah, that's just. And there's been too much of that off the ball.
So why pay it when you're 70 metres away, Bert?
It's embarrassing for the umpire that actually saw it and didn't pay it.
So De Goey pops it up high. Crisp hits the pack hard, gathers and finishes.
Oh, good.
Dominant start to this third quarter for the black and white. 5 minutes gone, there's 7-8-50. Carlton 3-11-29. It's all happening on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Great finish from Cripps too, but Tuman, I believe that was coming from stoppage as well. And again, we know that Carlton have struggled with other teams scoring against them at stoppage, but Collingwood just able to get on top of them this game, not just this quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. 3-2-20 now from stoppage. Blues 4 behinds.
It was Mitch McGovern who was on crisp. Just didn't quite see it through the level he needed to.
Let's go, Collingwood.
That's a great finish, though, from Jack Crisp. Hit the pack at full speed. Got it on the second grab. And it's now game high, game high 21-point lead.
Game high 21-point lead. Spot on, Joey.
They need to win it out of the centre, Carlton. They've got Cripps, Kennedy and Hewitt in there. Pitting it in the ruck. Nick Dacos trying to toe poke it out wide to the wing. It was clever, but it didn't work. And now Cripps will pump this ball inside 50. The big boys are all there. Mackay, Curnow lurking. Elijah Hollins, front and square, Crumb, snap, and that's another miss. He could have handballed to Charlie Curnow running to the goal square. He elected to go for the snap, and that still should have been a better finish. 3-12, starting to really build now the pressure. They're 30.
And that was Carlton's first inside 50 of the quarter. They've started really slow each quarter. Quarter 1, Collingwood had 7 out of the first 10. Quarter 2, 9 out of 10. And quarter 3, 5-0.
Sada has a really nervous moment at halfback. A bad mistake that Collingwood are going to try and pay with the ultimate price. Hill couldn't mark. Knocks it down to Hoskin Elliott. Transition footy at its best once more. The Pies are unstoppable. 8-8-56 to 3-12-30. 7.5 minutes gone on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Wow, again on transition, just exciting footy. You see there, was that it from a kick-in again?
Yeah.
Ash, what are the scores from kick-ins today?
They've kicked 3 goals straight, 18 from kick-ins have the Magpies.
Wow, and getting it inside 50, 42% of the time from kick-in, that's off the charts through the middle of the ground. It's just poor. Sard coming up to defend, just poor. It was 2v1s in Collingwood's favour in every contest coming down the wing. And clever from Bobby Hill just to create a contest, get it to ground. He had the 2v1 in the goal square, but concerns everywhere for Carlton, just not defending the ground well at all.
Adam Sard wouldn't want to see that replay. That was a poor attempt at a ground ball.
Well, he got there first in the end, Joe. He should have made a huge impact on that. Should have won the footy.
Just overran it, invited the goal.
Didn't really look like he wanted it.
Now they're under pressure. Nick Dacos, another centre clearance. Carlton, Kemp will go back and take the mark.
Stand.
Defensive 50. They're going to have to try and go the length of the field. I want to get some numbers off you, minute two. Carlton's ability to move the ball from D50 to inside 50. It doesn't feel like it's been that effective tonight, but I could be wrong. Kick to the wing. Curnow provided a contest. Elijah Holland stayed down. Newman sweeps a handball wide to Matty Kennedy. Just in front of the interchange bench. He wants to go short to Charlie Curnow, who took a strong mark.
Stand, Sean. Stand. Play on.
He's 2 kicks from home. He squares it up, goes looking for Cripps, but coming back, Bobby Hill, all the way up to the forward line, takes an intercept mark.
in defensive 50.
Yeah, hasn't been the strength of theirs. They're ranked 16th, going at 19% for D50 transition. Look, today they're going at 22, but they've only generated 4 behinds from their D50. Look at the Magpies, they've generated 3-1-19.
It's the voice of the great Ash Stewart, who's had a big day already.
He's touching me again then. Holding me, touching me.
Like a magnet.
Triple M Red Z lending stats. Just getting a little handsy back there to two-man.
Getting very touchy-feely back here.
It's the warm-up for later on when he arrives home and the spa's on and celebrates a big North Melbourne win. Will you watch the replay?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Once isn't enough.
Look at an SBS World movie that replay will be tonight.
Play on.
McGovern.
Clear it in. Play on.
Subtitles.
Uses Walsh.
Stand. Play on.
Hollins cuts back in board. This is a better build-up from Carlton. Ollie Hollins finds his brother Elijah. 60 metres out. Has got a man on his own in the pocket. Motlop. Great work by Quaynor. Got over there late and smashes it into the stands.
Geez, if you said this tonight, clearances halfway through, what are we coming up to halfway through the third quarter? Cripps won and Walsh won, so 2 between them for 2.5 quarters. You wouldn't have thought that.
Cripps doing the ruck work on this occasion. Inside 50 for the Blues, up against Cox. Cox wins the tap. Fogarty wrapped up.
Cripps averaging 8 clearances this year, Walsh the 5, so well down on those numbers.
Cripps and Cox again.
Cripps,
there is a clearance. He grabs it out of the ruck. Says, stuff you, Bernie. I know what I'm doing. I know I need a clearance and I know the team need me. And I'll just grab it out of the ruck on Mason Cox, if you don't mind, and snap a goal to get them back within 20 points just when they need their skipper. That's clutch. 4-12-36. Collingwood 8-8-56. And they get it back to 20.
Well, some players are mic'd up exclusively for Triple M, and Paddy Cripps is one of them. He heard me and said, Pitnet, get out of the ruck. I'll take this. I've heard Bernie just whack me for not having any clearances or just the one tonight. I'll take it out of the ruck, and finished it beautifully. It looks. Oh, I thought he was going to take the centre bounce ruck then too. I thought, oh no, but Pitnet was off the ground at the time, so he's got the ability, big body. Look at that.
And he's finished it on his left too.
Did.
Great little snap around the body. Exactly what Carlton need just to get them up and about and get a little bit closer to closing this margin.
Here we go. It breaks a run of 4 straight goals for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. 20-point deficit here at the MCG. Pitnet won the clearance. He was inspired by Cripps and then gave it to Hewitt, who spears a low ball to half forward. Nice gather by Motlop, who picks it up off his ankles. Curnow was being held, so was Martin. Darcy Moy had a hold of Curnow in the goal square, but Martin, right in front of the umpire, attracts the attention and has got a chance to kick his first in game number 150.
And the cricket score for Choice Hotels, 9 for 98.
It's been a collapse.
Port Adelaide 98, Sydney 9. Can you believe that?
15 to go in the third quarter too.
Wow-wee.
Huge.
As long as it none for 70 becomes 9 for 98.
Nah, the pitch is doing everything now.
They took the second new ball.
It's just cracking up.
And game number 150 tonight for Jack Martin. 97 of those as a Gold Coast Sun to make it 2 in a row for the Blues.
All clear, Dave.
Some desperately needed momentum.
Good kick, Craig. Well processed.
5-12-42, plays 8-8-56. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie Home.
I was impressed with Pitnet at the start of that centre bounce. He was the one that got down, bent over the ball, picked it up, got it out to Hewitt, who drilled a ball to Motlop. It was a clean ball to him. He was able to pick it up off the ground nice and quickly, roll around, and then hit Martin. Obviously that free kick given as well, Martin. Just being able to play again that speed, and you know those type of players that have extra speed and just make you dance around a little bit and makes the defender a little bit twitchy.
Yeah, another clearance goal from the centre bounce. It was a great contest win from Jesse Motlop at centre half forward. It was an important ground ball, and he's the one that delivered it to Jack Martin.
He's always done that well, hasn't he, Joey, Jack Martin?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a class player. Back in the middle. Blues look to win another clearance. Cripps and Walsh again. They are listening to Bernie. They take the advantage. Now Kennedy goes towards Jack Martin. That wasn't to his advantage. That was a poor kick. And it was Maynard who read it. He's got that match up and he takes it deep in the fence. So now it's Collingwood just under pressure momentarily. After getting out to a 26-point lead only 5 minutes ago. They've conceded the last 2 and they're deep in the fence. Well, that's a let-off. Jacob Wiedering holding Darcy Cameron, who's having a real presence in these long down the line aerial contests. That wasn't a mark tune, man, but what are his stats, Darcy Cameron?
Yeah, number one rated player for the Magpies, 11 disposals, 6 marks, 5 intercepts.
Stringing together a good season, Darcy Cameron.
Yep.
Let's kick up the line. Off hands, Quaynor at the bottom of that pack. Mitch McGovern there as well. The umpire calls for it. Some of the major ball winners. Ash, Reds Ed Lending.
Nick Dacos still the leading ball winner on the ground, 21 touches and a goal. Pendlebury with 16, and for the Blues, 20 to Hewitt and 7 clearances.
Reds Ed Lending, loans for the self-employed, RED, ZED.com. Bobby Hill bursts away, has a bounce underneath the Shane stand and then chips a pass to half forward. Awkward one for Chincotta to control, but he did his work. Thought his way through it well. Now Boyd, low and flat, not a great kick. Off hands falls to the advantage of Newman, and this is where Carlton's starting to fall down across this half-forward area. No mark by Martin. Maynard just willed it forward. Ned Long tapped it on to Josh Dacos. Ricocheted off to Schultz. And now Long back once more at centre-half forward. Looks for McStay. Had the arms chopped and pushed. Take your pick by Wiedering. Collingwood free kick.
Hey.
McStay just trips over.
He didn't go down himself.
He did.
Just tripped over oxygen.
A bit of grass. He's been out of the game for a while.
He's too far out to score, Daniel McStay. But again, sets it up to a dangerous area. Cox was a presence. Couldn't mark. Side bottom, waits off the pack, lays a tackle on Kemp. Umpire comes in and calls for it once more. It's the Pies by 14 points. 16 minutes gone in this third term. Triple M Beacon trade scoreboard.
And it's in their forward 50. A throw up about 30 out, just inside the boundary line. Elliott got Chincotta for company. He's had him all game. Jamie Elliott's numbers, Stu.
9 disposals. Hasn't hit the scoreboard to date.
That's the trade-off. No tag from Chincotta, but he's playing on a very dangerous forward for Collingwood, doing a pretty good job. Side bottom, screws it around to the top of the square. It's going to suit Bobby Hill, who is in the prime position just behind Jordan Boyd. He was a bit unlucky, Boyd. And then Bobby Hill quickly gets to his feet, plays on, and Bobby Dazzler's got another one. He's first. The Pies get the response, and they get it back out to 20 points, 9-8-62. Carlton 5-12, 42. 8.5 minutes to play, third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, Beacon Trade, everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
Yeah, Boyd, as you called it, Joe, a bit unlucky there, but you can't go to sleep on the mark. He had his head down, was marking the mark, and he looked up, and Bobby Hill had already played on, so can't go to sleep. Always got to be aware with these small forwards. They like to try and trick you, but it was because the side bottom snap was a left foot snap from the pocket, so it actually, Boyd was goal side of Bobby Hill, and the ball being a left foot snap, it was curving away from the goal, so he probably did the right thing, Boyd being goal side, but because the ball floated away from him, he couldn't stop it. Bobby Hill judged it beautifully.
His first of the night, as Joey said, and it's back to a 20-point lead for the Pies, for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. De Goey taking the turn in the middle and won that centre clearance. Schultz's handball to Josh Dacos was a little bit iffy. Now crisp. Handball's over the head, inside the centre square. Knocked on forward to Josh Dacos. They just missed him on the way past. He was through otherwise, and Akers can repel for Carlton. And only as far as Jeremy Howe, who is too big and too strong for Motmot.
Had Bytel out wide, I think it was too strong.
And Choice Hotels around the ground. Port Adelaide are all out for 98. They've finally got all 10 wickets. 2-3-15 to 15, 8-98 Port Adelaide. Can you believe it? 23 scoring shots to 5. 83-point margin.
And we've still got a massive contest here at the MCG. That one's over at the Adelaide Oval.
Halfway through the third quarter too.
It's all about this one here. Carlton trail by 20 points. We might get Stu to start just looking at some live ladders as this game goes on, what the results will mean.
Port Adelaide percentage would have jumped.
5.5% they've picked up already.
Kennedy won the clearance for the Blues. Got it to Pitnet, who squeezes a kick. Jesse Motlop wanted the free kick. None doing. Ollie Hollands, that's a great contest win. Got it to Owies. He looks up and it's 3v1 in favour of Collingwood. Inside the defensive 50. And there's Darcy Moore. Well done. Got it to Howe, although Jesse Motlop came screaming through. They stripped the footy and balls to Fogarty. That is brilliant forward pressure. The smalls for Carlton all got involved. Fogarty's got his second.
The tackle slipped.
That is great pressure. and they get one back. We're going goal for goal now at the MCG. 6-12-48 the Blues. Collingwood 9-8-62. 19 minutes gone, third term. Well done to Jesse Motlop.
He's been good, hasn't he? Jesse Motlop hasn't had huge pure numbers, I suppose, but his forward 50 pressure's been excellent. Fogarty, he kicked a beautiful goal after a smother on Jeremy Howe earlier in that second term as well down the other end. So both of his goals have come off really good forward 50 pressure, and again there, Motlop getting in there. That's what they need to do. Just bring the minimum standard of forward 50 pressure. All the little things, Carlton, I think they tend to go away from that at times, but the simple things, pressure, big games, finals, that's what it's all about.
3 of the last 4 now, Sarah, for the Blues.
It is. They're starting to get back into this game. And as we mentioned before, it's just those early starts in the quarters that kills them, but they're working their way back.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Collingwood had to concede some ground out of the clearance, and Maynard with the left foot punches one up the line to half forward. He's tackled by Long. And Nick Newman rolls him out of bounds. It's all for McDonald's. You can make it the McSmart with the new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries, and a small soft drink for $6.95. I hear there was a big order on the way back from Geelong, Joey.
Peoples.
From our team.
That would have been Barry Denner.
$80.
I'm hearing up around 100.
4 cheeseburgers, just a throwdown entree. Pendlebury wins the clearance. Kick inside 50 to go. He went early. Unrealistic attempt. The mark's been paid to Sard. And then the umpire said, no, we'll just give it to Wiedering. So he gives it back to Sard, and they get outside the defensive 50 to the Blues. Kennedy, the sub, who's come on for Chera, for those joining us late, who's done a hamstring, as Mickey Roberts told us earlier. He's had all sorts of trouble over the last couple of years. Chera with soft tissue. And now Sard. Again, they want to be aggressive. Goes towards the corridor. Maynard got the fist in. Boyd smacks it forward, but only as far as Hoskin Elliott at half back. A low kick straight to half forward. McStay dropped it on the second bite. Spits a handball forward. Schultz snuck out the back and then just throws the boot at it, and it might work for De Goey. Not quite. He was on his own in the pocket, and the ball just bounced in front of him and went out of bounds. 15 around from the Pies goal. They're kicking to the punt road end, and they're leading by 14 points late in this third term.
Risky decision there. Sorry to cut you off, Sarah. Risky decision from Boyd to punch that forward. Sometimes you've got to take the ball, take the tackle, cop the stoppage in the middle of the ground. Doesn't open you up the other way.
Forward 50 stoppage. Collingwood dangerous in this situation as a rule. Cripps goes all the way back to the goal square. McCreary kicks it out of the air and misses.
Jeez, he was lucky, Cripps.
Where was he going?
I don't know.
Backwards.
I think he forgot what way he was going.
So another behind to the Pies, who keep peppering away. 9-9-63 to 6-12-48. I've had confirmation on that Macca's order too, Joey. Up around the $80 mark.
$80.
Family box each.
No, that was just Baz.
Newman to Akers to Kent, and mucking around here a bit the Blues. And then he shanks one towards the wing. Well done, Howe. Great fist in. Dacos, that's Nick with the crumb. Turns around and sends a high ball inside 50. Cox stands under it. Defenders come from everywhere to spoil. Schultz falls forward, as he does often, and it will be paid in the back against Jordan Boyd. Schultz felt the pressure. He fell forward, and he'll get the free kick. 40 metres out, slide angle.
I'd like to see this one again. I've seen him not paid. Fell in the back. I don't know. He dives forward. I'd like to see that called play on if he makes the tackle.
Lockie Schultz's numbers, Duke.
Triple M Red Z lending stats. Lockie Schultz 11 disposals, yet to hit the scoreboard.
An important kick late in the third term. They currently lead by 15. He kicks it from 45. He lights it off the boot. He's got his first of the night. This is why he came to the Pies, to play in these big games. And he extends the lead back out to 21 points. They're 10-9-69. Carlton 6-12-48. Just under 5 minutes left, third quarter.
Well, we're seeing when Carlton are struggling getting the ball out of their D50. Again, it was another turnover. It's just the kicking there, missing that polish on the kicks and struggling to get past halfway. But again, Collingwood, they're just so efficient in getting that ball in. Once they're actually in there, they're getting the ball into the forward 50, and they're applying all numbers around the stoppages and around the contest in order to win the ball. And again, a great one from Schultz, just to be able to attack the ball, draw the free kick. I know, Bernie, you mentioned it should have been played on, but again, when a player's moving at pace and you're driving those legs, it brings and invites the pressure, and eventually he got that free kick.
Robbo, Bob Jones team arts.
Yeah, they're making a sub Collingwood. We're just trying to work out who it is. So Lipinski warming up, paperwork in, and he's going to make his way into it, the Collingwood number 1.
Bob Jones team arts have got a great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back deals. You can call or shop online. They are the best in the business. He's got a secondary ball up inside the centre square. Jordan Ngoe here. He's going to hop over towards you, Robbo. He looks very sore with the lower leg.
No weight on it at all.
Keep an eye on that one shortly. Kennedy dispossessed.
Holding, Carlton.
The tackle lingered on a little too long, so it'll have to come back. Robbo, how does he look?
Well, he can't put any weight on his left ankle, De Goey. So what happened, Ned Long was substituted, De Goey going down into the rooms. They've pulled the paperwork. Lipinski's put his jumper back on, so we don't know what happened with the sub.
Hammy, I reckon.
Harvey Norman replay burn there.
High. His first grab was of that hammy, wasn't it?
High, that's not good. Sarah?
They hurt. I've had surgery, trust me. It's not nice.
Only just come back into the team too, Jordan Ngoe, with some groin issues.
Joey will know more about them next week.
Which of your soft tissues do you reckon will go first next week?
He's going to do multiple, you reckon?
It's got to be the calf, doesn't it?
Probably. Calf. Well, you have to get some sort of speed to hurt a calf.
Yeah.
How nervous he is now all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's starting to quieten up a bit.
Hewitt kicks towards the goal square. Howe hasn't killed the footy, but he has got some touch on it, hasn't he?
I think he did, but...
Umpires are going to go upstairs and check this. Everyone's setting up for a kick-in, but...
Score review. Umpire's call is it behind. Please check to see if
Let's just check here, Harvey Norman replay, that he got a fist on this one. Yeah.
Geez, only just.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball deviates after making contact with the right hand of the Collingwood defender. Decision on the scoreboard.
Look at it's just got his little pinky knuckle
Don't
there.
you just.
Yeah. So behind of the Blues, another one. They just can't get any closer.
13th behind, those have.
10-9-69 to 6-13 set. 20-point difference. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's been hovering around this margin a fair portion of this game now. The kick in from Howe got to Hoskin Elliott. They might go again. Inside 50, Bernie from a kick in. Lipinski the sub. Straight into the action and takes a mark.
I had to go quick. Had even numbers inside 50. He's allowed the numbers back now.
Keeps it wide towards the boundary line. Leadering in the box seat. Couldn't take the mark. Sard. Handball off to Hewitt and finds Newman.
Stand.
So now Carlton have the ball just back of the wing, short to Cripps. Has a bit of time and space. Has Fogarty working into some pocket of space. Howe saw him, came off his man. Oh, he's in the right spot, front and square. And then darts a little ball inside 50. Good work. Finds Charlie Curnow, who now needs to go back and steal himself from 50 metres out, 10 metres in from the boundary.
Been quiet tonight. Charlie Curnow, Ash, his numbers.
Yeah, just 6 disposals, 5 marks. Remember, he's kicked the goal from his past 66 consecutive games. Hasn't kicked the goal this evening.
Ooh.
66 might be the unlucky number.
Just stand up and down only for me.
He needs to kick this one to get within 20.
Yeah, thank you.
69 plays 49. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. 56 goals for the year. Hasn't got one tonight.
End zone.
Hits the post.
All clear.
Everyone held their
Silence
breath.
here, wasn't there? Look,
Just waiting.
Jack, blue dot, mate.
Was it going to fade in or out?
it looked good, but there's just something about it that we didn't want to commit to it.
So 19 points to the margin. 50 plays 69 late in this third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Robbo, we've got a sub.
We have, and timing's everything. So Lipinski comes in, and they were going to sub Long. Long survives because De Goey into the rooms with that hamstring, possibly. So he's out, De Goey, and Lipinski in.
All over it as always, Robbo. Assad kicks a long high ball. Off the pack road by Josh Dacos. Hot handball. Did Pendlebury no favours whatsoever.
Thank you.
He's not happy about it too. He's
no.
asking for a free kick from the umpires.
Well, the umpire's saying he lifted his arm.
Are you saying it's my 400th?
Yeah, give me something.
Show me some love. It's game number 400.
Bit of respect.
A Walsh at the bottom of the pack.
He's angry, Pendlebury. He's eyeing off the umpire. He kept the close eye on him. He's not happy.
It's my night.
It wasn't even that umpire that was officiating. He's going after the other
He
bloke.
wants to have a crack at someone. Where's Jay? We need to calm him down. Pendlebury.
James, we don't want to talk to Jay at the moment.
Oh, okay. We'll find out more on the Sunday Rub tomorrow as he'll Takes a second bounce and now a third and now a fourth down the Shane Warne stand side. Runs as far as he possibly can. And then sprays that one nowhere near Mason Cox.
Giraffe had been tranquilised.
What was that?
Mason. Treatment or something the poachers have shot him.
Just a dart.
Just a dart. Tranquiliser. Blues' legs stopped working.
The Blues would love to get one more before three-quarter time. Mitch McGovern from deep in defence just tries to dart one on his left. Couldn't be marked by Kennedy. His handball missed Sard. Now they apply their pressure, Collingwood. They ramp it up. Does the ball go out of bounds? It does. 55 out from the Pies goal. They lead by 19. Choice Hotels around the grounds.
17-8 Port Adelaide, 110 to Sydney, 3-4, 22. Can you believe those scores? No, we can't.
Still a quarter to go as well, and 2 minutes left in the third.
25 scoring shots to 7. The team sitting, well, they were 3.5 games clear on top, I think. That gap has been well and truly closed now. Ash, what's the live ladder?
Currently 1 game clear of Port Adelaide and Geelong as Sydney.
Can Brisbane get within?
And Brisbane can get within 2 points if they defeat St Kilda tomorrow.
So can Fremantle.
It's opening up, isn't it, for Brisbane? Finishing top.
Cameron grabs it out of the ruck, kicks a high ball inside 50. Who wants to keep their eyes on it? It was Elijah Hollands, got a good piece of it, couldn't bring it down. McStay goes off the ground, but Ollie Hollands got back there as the goalkeeper for the Blues, saved the day, and then pumps it back outside defensive 50, side bottom, Josh Dacos. His dribble kick worked for Bobby Hill, who laces out Hoskin Elliott. Something always happens when Bobby's around the pill. That's it, Matt. And Will Hoskin Elliott, who's kicked one and missed a couple, will have another shot for goal, 40 metres out, slight angle, right on the stroke of three-quarter time. And this is big.
Geez, he's taken his game to another level, hasn't he, since he's left the Giants. He's just such a playmaker, Bobby Hill I'm talking about. Uses the ball so well, so dangerous inside that forward 50.
To get it back out to 25 points. He makes no mistake. He's kicked his second in this quarter. And after being challenged, they've kicked the last couple, and it's a handy lead going into three-quarter time. They're 11-9-75. Carlton 6-14-50. That's 25 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, they're on tonight, Collingwood. You just got the sense that they can feel a win coming for Pendles, but that goal generated from a stoppage throw-in, and it was Darcy Cameron that just took the ball out of the stoppage, kicked it. It was Josh Dacos, did a little toe dribble, toe poke to Bobby Hill off the ground and socketed it. And as Bernie mentioned, it's just his vision in Bobby Hill, just outstanding to look across the play and change lanes. Hoskin Elliott, again, having a huge influence on this game, who finished that goal. He's got 16 disposals, 9 marks, 10 score involvements, and 2 goals too.
24 seconds before three-quarter time for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. Stolen out of the middle by Pendlebury. Snatched it away from Cripps and kicks to a 2-on-2 inside Collingwood's forward 50. Sard came across, gave it to McGovern at ground level. Now Boyd, his kick ricochets off the shins of Walsh and rolls to the boundary line and over. Clock stops with 5 seconds left.
Harry,
and on the Harvey Norman replay, the story of this third quarter for Collingwood is a hamstring injury, we think, to Jordan De Goey. They need everything to go right from here on in, and that, unfortunately, is not one of them. Three-quarter time. The Pies make their move in the third quarter. 5 goals to 3, and it's a 25-point lead that they take into the final break. 11-9-75 to 6-14-50 in front of a big crowd here at the MCG for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Everything lighting and electrical for the Aussie home.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks footy.
make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink for $6.95.
Installery. For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Rheem's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Rheem. Install a Rheem.
So ask your plumber for Rheem, Australia's #1.
At Bunnings Trade, no matter where you are, we're here to help. We have trade specialists in store dedicated to you and your trade. Whether it's sourcing supplies, quoting on jobs, or arranging delivery direct to site. And our builders team with dedicated account managers has got you covered at every building stage, from the front fence to the back gate. Plus, you can call our Trade Assist team on 134872 for quick quotes on a wide range of supplies, saving you time and hassle. Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
That's right, buddy. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners is giving you up to $500 cash bonus and supporting Heart Kids Australia with every eligible claim. This year, they're celebrating 25 years of designing quality products with unrivaled reliability, superior performance, and cutting-edge technology. So it's no surprise they have the highest levels of customer satisfaction. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from an Amy Insured backyard, it's
Big Riley Powers. Look at the size of him. How far can he throw the discus? It's going into the kitchen window. Not the result he would have wanted.
when our athletes are in the making.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Before buying home building insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
Ready to kick goals on and off the field? You need Employment Hero. From hired to retired, it automates all the pesky parts of HR, recruitment and payroll. Plus, it comes with Smart Match, an AI recruitment tool that matches you with top candidates instantly. Imagine never having to search for people or post a job ad again. Join the 300,000 businesses using Employment Hero to tackle employment admin and get your business back in the game. Search Employment Hero today. It's employment solved.
Things were different back in the 80s. A sea of brown cars and mobile phones the size of fridges. But one thing hasn't changed. With an average return of 8.87% per annum over the last 40 years for our Growth My Super option, Cbus Super has been making hard work pay off since 1984. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Give yourself a holiday boost with up to 10% off your next break when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Boost your well-being, boost your energy, boost your happiness. Whether you're craving a coastal road trip or rainforest adventure, Choice Hotels has over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand. Plus, you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. T's and C's apply. See choicehotels.com for full details.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for titanium caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Collingwood in the box seat with a quarter to remain here at the Triple MCG. 11-9-75. They lead the Blues 6-14-50 for McDonald's, and Rheem Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, you can ask your plumber to install a Rheem. Mickey Roberts downstairs on the boundary for Bob Jane T-Marts. Unfortunately, not a great story for the Pies in that third quarter.
Absolutely. Jordan De Goey on crutches, left hamstring. Don't forget Cherra's done a hamstring as well for Carlton, so both subs have been done, Lipinski and Kennedy. The paperwork had been done for Long to come onto the ground for Lipinski. Then De Goey just so happened to have done his hamstring. They were able to change the names on the white padding or the white sheet and were able to substitute that. Lipinski hadn't made his way onto the green stuff, so they were able to do that, Collingwood. So the sub is Jordan De Goey off, Lipinski on.
Great work by you, and of course by Bob Jane T-Marts, who have got a great buy three, get one free, plus instant cashback deals. You can call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Tuman, Red Z Lending.
Inside 50s that quarter, 17-9 Collingwood's way. They kicked 5-3 to the Blues at 3-3, but Blues pressure rating, the number one in the comp, going at 188. In that third quarter, 168 to the Maggies at 190.
Sarah Hosking, Bernie Vince have had you covered all night long. They're quality, and that's why. And they're there for Cbus Super, who make hard work pay off since 1984. What happens next?
Blues just need to bring their pressure. If they can bring their pressure and equalise, get their hands on the ball, generate a momentum, get the ball inside their forward 50, then again execute. They've struggled to execute throughout the night, but I think if they can win the ball at the source, they're a chance.
Starts of quarters too. Collingwood have been really strong, so what they could put it to bed here if they have a good start, get the first couple, it's all over. So Carlton just got to take some risks now, take the game on through the middle of the ground.
And Cripps is starting to get his hands on it. I think he had another 2 clearances that quarter, but if
I woke him up. I woke him up.
Give them another wake-up call, Bernie.
Choice Hotels around the grounds quickly. Ash, Adelaide Oval.
Play about to get underway for the start of the final term, and it's Port by 89 points over Sydney.
25 points the difference here at the MCG. Final quarter about to get underway with the great Joey Montagna on Triple M Footy.
McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. Beautiful bounce from the umpire. Pendlebury had over the footy. Thought he should have got a free kick. Umpire said no. He's not happy. Pendles. They come out of the stoppage anyway. Crisp comes out the front and then kicks a dart. An absolute bullet. And we have seen a number of them in this game and hits Will Hoskin-Elliott on the chest.
Pendles is chasing the umpire again. He's doing some K's chasing the umpire. He said, how about my head this time? You ripped my head off just before three-quarter time. Now you've allowed front-on contact. I've nearly broken my neck in my 400th. Any danger of a free kick?
Sarah, you've been all over Will Hoskin-Elliott's game. You've called it. He's kicked 2. He's missed 2. And now he's missed a third.
That's a free.
Oh, there's a free kick.
Yeah, that was silly.
Against Jacob Wiedering.
Yeah.
For a hold on Mason Cox right on the goal line.
Ran back and just wrapped his arms around him. It was against Pitnet.
Oh, Pitnet it was, in fact. And Coxie.
He's missed that.
Right out, please.
So behind the Pies, they're 76, Carlton 50. It was Pitnet on the Harvey Norman replay that was just trying to hold out Cox. It was really poorly done.
Took his eyes off the footy, facing away from the ball and tackled him without the ball. Can't do that.
No celebration from Mason that time. Carlton trying.
Well, he actually handballed it off, Jack. We missed that. Handballed it off to Bobby Hill. We missed.
Carlton tried to handball their way all out defensive 50. And
nearly hit his head on the cement.
McGovern ran out of space. We're seeing on the Harvey Norman replay, Jack Bytel, heavy tackle on Mitch McGovern.
He's had some problems with that shoulder too. He's holding it. Robbo's all over that.
He doesn't miss much, Biggie Roberts.
We had him never playing again at one stage.
He missed Mitch McGovern being out there.
They contacted the parents at one point. I think Chris handballs forward. Hill trying to make something happen. Off to McCreary, right forward pocket. Goes across the face. Interesting decision. Decided not to have a shot himself in the end. Hoskin-Elliott hemmed in against the boundary line. Runs out of space and Newman takes him over.
It wasn't a great kick, I think, from McCreary. He kicked it across the face of the goal and again gave it plenty of airtime. He had to have gone a little bit more direct.
Throw in 20 out. Bobby Hill looks so dangerous every time he's near the footy. Pendlebury tries to burst through the stoppage. Got the handball out to Jamie Elliott around the body. What a finish. Pendles with a clearance and the give. Elliott with the snap. And that is a game-high 32-point lead. That's going to make it awfully hard for the Blues. 12-10-82, 6-14-50. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Geez, they're getting around each other, aren't they, tonight, Collingwood? There's everyone involved in that goal. They got around Mason Cox with the tap down. They got around him. Pendlebury with the clearance, as you called beautifully, Joey. They got around him. And then the finish, Jamie Elliott got around him as well. They're just energised. They're running down to the defenders. They're trying to lift each other. I love this teamwork, getting around your mates. This is classic, isn't it? Classic forward 50 stoppage. Tap down to one player, dish it off to another, goal.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Big problems now. Here comes Pendlebury again, this time out of the centre. Kicks a right foot ball. It just falls short of Elliott. It's marked by McGovern, but a risky kick too. Their clearance works pristine, Seth.
Yeah, it's been outstanding tonight. I want Pendlebury to kick a goal though. He's spending a lot of time around the ball in the stoppage. Would love to see him finish off the game with a goal.
Handball was deflected. And Hewitt's got some work to do. Outside wing now, Chincotta. Haven't seen a lot of him. It's a high left football. Curnow couldn't get a look at it. Oh, he's nice crumb. Now Elijah Hollins opts for the banana. What about that for a finish?
Banana.
Why not?
Stop it.
Elijah Hollins off a couple of steps, kicks a running banana. And against the flow, a desperately needed one for the Blues. 7-14-56 to 12-10-82 as he kicks his second. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Been so good out of centre bounce. That was Carlton's 7th. Resulted in a goal. Collingwood have had the 12. Nick Dacos has had 4 himself. Pendlebury 4 as well, as we just saw him win that second to last one. But nice finish with the outside of the boot there from Hollins. It was 96 points before too at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide kicked another one. I think Sydney have just kicked another one to bring it back to 90 points. So threatening a 100-point margin there, Ash. I'll ask you a question. I know you have to get back to me, but has the side ever won a premiership after getting beaten by 100 points with, what do we got, 4 rounds to go?
It has. It's only happened once in the history of the AFL.
There you go.
1945.
That's a good question,
Carlton.
I thought.
Blues win the clearance. It was Cripps. Drives it inside 50.
45.
It's a loose ball.
Was that the war? Yeah.
It was. End of the Second World War.
A long time ago.
Crisp got it out to Nick Dacos. Now Maynard along the wing looking for Jamie Elliott. Well done, Sard. Got the fist in. Nick Dacos will be first to gather. Keeps it in play. Got it to Bobby Hill. Sweeps a handball to Elliott. Back to Dacos. In confined spaces. He kicks it inside 50. Lipinski. Couldn't take the mark. Well done, Newman. And then he retreats, kicks backwards to the wingman in Akers, who's at the top of the defensive goal square. And his clearing kick finds Harry Mackay, but it bounced in front of him and went out of bounds. Throw in just forward of the wing in favour of the Maggies. They lead by 26 points early stages, fourth quarter.
I tell you what, that last passage of play from Nick Dacos as well, we just see his work rate. He's outstanding. Yeah. He's never out of the game and out of the contest. He always runs forward. He got involved at least 3 times there.
What are his numbers, Ash? Red Z Lending?
25 touches, 1 goal.
Kennedy lost the footy, lost his shorts and lost a bit of dignity.
And lost the plot.
Clear out.
Brilliant tackle by McCreary.
Gave him a true old wedgie too.
That's sacked him.
Move it on. Play on.
He's going to reload for Collingwood. Long into the forward pocket. Hoskin Elliott almost McGovern.
That's a good mark.
Over the back. Takes a fantastic mark.
He's taking some beauties tonight. He's so important for this side, McGovern.
Trail by 26 points, the Blues. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
He's such a rejuvenated player when he's down back. You know, spent a number of years up forward.
He's a forward at Adelaide.
Martin at half back. Lobs a pass into the path of Curnow, who dusts off one and then dusts off a second. Handballs to Kennedy. Shorts look more like a sarong at the moment.
Turned into a skirt.
Michael Holding on a wet day.
Curnow got it back again. 60 out from goal. He's got a couple to choose from inside 50. He misses them all. And side bottom clears for the Pies.
That was a bad miss from Curnow. They were out everywhere. And now this kick might work for Elliott. He's got to beat 3 Blues. He can't. Carlton win out. Sard comes into the corridor. Walsh hasn't been his biggest game. In fact, he's had a pretty quiet 4 to 6 weeks. That's a good kick to Elijah Hollins, who's taken the mark 50 metres out. He wants to find another mark inside 50. He tries to squeeze one into the pocket for Martin, but well done, Braden Maynard. Got the fist in as he's done so many times, whacks it out of bounds.
5 intercept marks for McGovern now tonight.
Thank you. 30 metres around from the Carlton goal. They trail by 26 points. They definitely need the next one. Pit net. Tap down. Loose ball, top of the square. Frampton leads Mackay to the ball. He doesn't want to really get rid of it. Harry Mackay's night.
Yeah, Harry Mackay just 7 touches and 1 major. And just with Sam Walsh, just spot on, Joey. His past 5 matches only averaging 25 tonight, opposed to his opening 7 games of the season at 32.
Only 25.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Play on.
Hollins dispossessed. Good smother by Hill.
Very harsh.
This will be one of their last 5 if the Blues go down tonight.
Play on.
This season is in big trouble. From the pocket, snap hits the post. What a bad effort from Cripps, who's tried his hardest.
It's been a couple posters tonight. We've had 3.
3 to Carlton, 1 to the Magpies.
Do they keep those stats?
I manually capture them actually, Joey.
Really?
Being an absolute
That is why you are the best.
Manually capture them.
They are the best. You are brilliant, Chew. You're quite brilliant. Darcy Moore
Thanks, Ross.
takes the kick in. Long field contest. Wiedering, well done. Came up a long way to take that intercept mark.
I want to put my arm around that.
Yeah. You manually capture them.
Stay out, Dan.
You're extraordinary.
What do you put next to a point? You put a little P, or what do you?
Draw a
Just
post.
a stroke.
What else do you manually capture?
Yeah, show us some other
Goals,
stuff.
behinds. The four-coloured pen, that's a statistician.
It's a green
key
one,
tool.
is it?
Stand.
One different colour per
on.
quarter.
Is that the green, the poster, is it?
No, that's the third quarter.
Okay.
Blues peppering away, drive another ball inside 50. Jack Martin takes possession, but there's Collingwood players back there. Akers, great pickup, just inside the boundary line. Crisp ripped it out of his hands. Vital laid it in the path of Maynard and just threw that. He threw it, but the umpires didn't see it. Here's Walsh, disposal number 26. Cripps, Kennedy, Akers, chain of handballs, Fogarty, Owies. This will be some sort of team goal. Team goal of the night by the Blues. Sharp hands everywhere. Although there's big news coming to the bench, we'll get to Robbo in a minute. But Carlton needed that one, and they are back within 19 points. They're 8-15-63. Collingwood 12-10-82. Robbo, Bob Jane teammates, who is hobbling to the bench?
Charlie Curnow. Now, Charlie Curnow got smashed in a pack. Now, I don't know whether he's jarred his knee or it's an ankle, but it's left side. He was actually hobbling off himself. Doctors have had to help him off. He's in the front row now. You're going to have a good look at Charlie Curnow.
66 games in a row too with a goal at least. Hasn't kicked one tonight still, is that right, Ash?
Spot on. Just the couple of behinds for Charlie Curnow.
Back this way.
Just having a look on the Harvey Norman replay, the ankle just kind of gave way on him a little bit there.
And he grabbed at it straight away too. He's avoiding putting pressure on it. He had both hands around his left knee as well, but grabbing at the ankle.
So Carlton have kicked 2 in a row, and it's back to 19 points the difference.
Oh, they're on again here.
Still plenty of time as well. For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy.
Play on.
Free kick to Cripps. Standing next to the centre circle. It's a shallow entry inside 50. Cox got a fist on it, then Quaynor tried to bat it away, but didn't clear the area. Newman receives a handball from 70 metres out. Looks for Mackay. It was manhandled by Frampton.
Great work by Frampton, but Mackay needs to be a lot stronger in that instance. He got thrown off the ball.
Poor kick though, I thought, from Newman. Put it to Frampton's advantage. Just had to pop it in front of Mackay. Give him a run at it.
Collingwood exit defensive 50. Frampton plays the members' side. Bounced off the head of McStay and out of bounds. Back down to you, Robbo. Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, Curnow into the rooms. I reckon it's an ankle, so they're taking the emergency kit down there. So physio doctor with Curnow rooms.
Robbo get some juice into that, Robbo. He'll be back in no time. Feels like they're throwing a flurry of punches here, Carlton. It feels like this is their go. They're trying to peg it back. Bernie just sweats on any mistake in the back row.
Just nodded to the producer.
11.
Little enough. You know how Two-Man keeps the manual sort of posted? Manual nothing.
What does he call it? Manually captured? Then 54 last quarter. Manually captured. Bang. And your live read was first quarter, 14 minutes 30.
That was in the red pen.
Yeah, breast of luck or whatever it was.
Here's Kennedy. Hasn't changed his shorts, so he's still wearing the sarong. Goes into the pocket for Jack Martin. It gets to the back. Jesse Motlop. Can he be clean? He had a little fumble. He coughed it up. No, he didn't body line it, did he, Burn? And now Collingwood just scrambling to get it out of their defensive 50. Schultz wrapped up. Carlton's pressure's elite right now. It's in the right hands of Pendlebury, who kicks it around the corner. But Wiedering, strong one-on-one win against McStay, and they'll launch it back inside 50.
They're lifting here, the Blues. They've kicked the last couple. Wiedering does exactly that. Here comes Mackay. Hits the pack hard, played from behind. Ball at ground level. Hewitt toe pokes it forward 15 metres. Jeremy Howe gets in the hole and takes an important mark for the Pies, but momentum last 6 or 7 minutes firmly with the Navy Blue here.
Yep, they're starting to get on top. They're sensing their pressures up and about, especially in their forward half. And they're getting a few defensive intercepts too.
Collingwood by 19 points. Wiedering again.
Having a big fourth quarter, Wiedering.
Oh, look at the kick.
And that's an aggressive kick into the centre circle. Akers has Jack Martin out wide, but that was a poor kick. Martin made it look good. Martin made it look real good with a big one-on-one win against Darcy Moore. And then drills a low ball to Owies. Here they come.
That is a huge grab from Martin. Moore should have just either marked that or just killed it. Was in the best position. Gave him about a 5% chance of marking that, Martin. But he's super talented, as you called before, Joey. Just found a way to get first touch on it and pulled it in second grab.
The kick was a beauty to Owies.
Yep.
who kicked one before.
It's a big kick.
45 metres out, slight angle. He's the second best celebrator in the competition. He will celebrate if he can kick this. It's across the face, doesn't even make the distance.
Positive news for Carlton, though. They've had the last 7 inside 50, so you were spot on, Hev. They are gaining momentum and controlling this game in this last quarter.
They just need to get some scoreboard nourishment to give them a chance. They're 19 points down, 10 minutes to play.
Had to kick that one.
Noble thumps it up the line. And Elliott was caught holding McGovern.
Again, McGovern having some huge moments in this game.
Carlton's pressure up over 200 again, 214 this quarter.
Collingwood can't get it past halfway. McGovern high and long. Cox was out of position. Quaynor takes the footy and Hewitt takes him. Umpire calls for it. 47 metres out from the Blues goal. They trail by 19 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. We've got 10 minutes remaining in this game here at the MCG. This time Elliott wins a free kick. To the Bronx cheers of Collingwood fans who always think they're getting the wrong end of the deal.
Now they just want to milk a bit of time, set themselves up, see if they can get it in their forward half. They've done a lot of defending the last 10 minutes, too.
As Sarah said, last 7 entries for the Blues in this quarter.
That mark's going to be paid to Schultz.
Anything new, Ash?
It's a pertinent stat, that one for Red Z.
Manually captured.
Yeah,
No, I've got nothing new.
No. Don't hold! Just repeating people now.
So now all 34 of the 36 players in Collingwood's half of the ground. Kick long down the line. McStay, big contested mark. Just when they needed him. 60 metres out. He's too far to score, but he can certainly get this deep. Or he can go short to Bytel. It came off the side of the boot, but Bytel made it work. He's taking the mark. Man on the mark. He's 48 metres out. 10 metres in from the boundary. I'm not sure if he's got the ability to kick this from here. It'll take his best effort. The former Saint.
Port Adelaide 97 points up. Choice Hotels 2012 132 to Sydney 5-5-35. Just over 9 minutes remaining last quarter.
Just the 3 goals in his career, Jack Bytel. Yet to kick one as a Magpie. Wouldn't he love to kick this?
Where's he going?
And endear himself to the Magpies fans? No. Just
on the full.
Just out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Carlton who'll reload from deep in defence. They trail by 19 points. Time slowly becoming a factor. We're down to 8.5 minutes left in this one.
They're going to change direction here. And Brodie Kemp runs and carries out of side wing. Risky kick back into the corridor. Maynard saw it coming. It had neon lights flashing all over it, that footy, and Maynard comes across and spikes it out of bounds. To the applause of the Collingwood fans. Robbo, Bob Jane, Team Marks.
On the scoreboard, there it is, Jack. Look, 86,879. Craig McRae actually told the fans, he ordered them to turn up for the 400th for Pendles, and they've done it beautifully.
88,000 when they played in round 8, and 86, almost 87,000 tonight. They've witnessed a really good game of footy. It might still have a twist in the tail yet. Walsh handballs to Hewitt. Had prior opportunity. Elliott buries him. Umpire shows some leniency.
Great forward pressure from Jamie Elliott. Just outside that 50 again. That's what you love from small forwards, is the ones that can come up towards the contest and being able to really impact when that ball gets fed backwards from the stoppage. Can someone get Matt Kennedy some new shorts?
Yeah, so wouldn't you?
Any danger?
They just surge the ball forward here, the Pies. They get it inside 50. Wiedering. Lipinski. Back to Crisp. Kicks it to the top of the square. Hoskin Elliott in a one-on-one. Can he get it free against Kemp? He couldn't quite. He almost did. Through for another behind. Back to 20 points the margin. 83 plays 63. 7:46 left on the game clock. What is the live ladder safe? The result stays with the Pies winning.
Magpies will be 10th on the live ladder. One game outside the 8 realistically come completion of this round. For the Blues, they're currently 8th on the live ladder. They should remain in there. They're one game clear of Hawthorn, but there's 7% separating those two teams. Hawthorn play the Giants tomorrow.
And they've got Hawthorn next Sunday at the MCG as well.
Massive game, massive crowd.
Collingwood have Sydney at the SCG next Friday night.
Thank you. Stand.
The Kennedy.
Play on.
Still with the sarong. There's Kemp. And now Walsh with a follow-up run underneath the Shane Warne stand. Keeps that ball tight going into the pocket. Motlop saw it off hands. Was unselfish. Could have gone himself. Instead spears it low to Jack Martin, who marks 2 metres out directly in front. Goes back. Kicks his second. And it's back to 14 points with 6.5 minutes remaining here at the Triple MCG.
Well, again, it's a great defensive transition from Carlton. Again, they look to go through the corridor at one point, change the lanes. And you get the sense that they still got a little bit of a sniff in this game. They're going to have to kick at least, a couple of goals in the next few minutes with 6 minutes to go. But again, they're lively. It's those small forwards. Motlop's been outstanding. He's added a lot of pressure. He's added a little bit of flair. And again, just a great little vision to kick over the top and get the ball right inside the square and another finish on goal. I'd have a sense, I think it's past them, but if they can apply the pressure, win this ball from this first centre clearance, then they're still within a chance.
You had Carlton finishing 8th if they lose. If they win, Ash, if they can pull this off, where does that put them?
Yeah, they could press into the top 4, 4th or 5th on the live ladder.
And Charlie Curnow's back out on the ground. Massive centre clearance. Cripps has influence. Great handball to the running Kemp from the wing. Kicks it towards Mackay. Couldn't quite bring it down. Had a good piece of it with the one hand.
Thought he had it.
Now it's a live ball. Hollins, great tackle. Jack Crisp nails him full-chested. That's a stoppage 50 metres out.
That's a big-time tackle, that. He couldn't slip high, couldn't give a free kick away. Would have been a shot on goal. Big-time tackle.
Gee, Harry Mackay had it slip through his fingers at the very last second. Might get another chance as Walsh kicks it to a dangerous area. Akers standing there, minding his own business. Rolls it through. 8-point game. 12-11 plays 10-15. 6 minutes, 14 seconds remaining on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, from absolutely nowhere, it feels like Carlton within 8 points. Thought this game was done and dusted when Collingwood kicked the first goal this quarter. Put it out to just about 5 goals, I think, wasn't it? 20, what was it? What are you? 32 points. 5 goals, about 5 goals. I was around the mark. 32 points. We thought, no, they can't do it from here, but geez, they found a way to get right back in this. But sometimes the last 8 points is the hardest to get back. It's easy to get within 8 or a goal and a half. This is the big question now. Can they continue it? Can they continue to take the game on?
It's going to be about centre clearance, you feel.
Cripps has been huge in there.
Two-man Cripps numbers, 4th quarter.
Patrick Cripps, he's had 6 disposals in this quarter, along with a couple of centre clearances.
He's involved again. Here he is again. The superstar Cripps tumbles on left footer inside 50. Jack Martin, it was in his shoelaces. Couldn't quite get there. And then Cripps plays a bone-crunching tackle on Noah Long.
Yeah, he's been huge.
He's trying to lift and will his side.
How many times has he done that this year? Just willed his team over the line.
Both engaged.
He's playing like a man possessed right now, Paddy Cripps. Handball off to Hollins. Flying shot from Ollie Hollins. Got it! 5 in a row, Carlton. 2-point game. What are we witnessing here at the MCG? 12-11 plays 11-15. What a time for Ollie Hollins to kick his first.
What can this season dish up next? Honestly, this game was done and dusted. We go to Adelaide Oval. It's 100 points at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide smashing the top side in Sydney. We've got Carlton coming from nowhere all of a sudden within 2 points. Collingwood had it done and dusted. Oh, this is a ripping game. What a ripping season. Crowd of nearly 87,000 just loving this. The Collingwood supporters are going quiet. Cripps been huge.
And now there's still a stack of time. 5:45 left on the game clock. They've eaten into that 32-point margin in a hurry. For McDonald's and Marine Hot Water. Pitnet to guess who? Cripps looking for Robin. That's Walsh. They tap it forward. Walsh involved again. On hands and knees, tries to slap it forward. And this time Long again, he's taken in a tackle, and again we'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from the Blues goal.
So Blues 14 out of the last 16 inside 50s, 8 out of the last 10 clearances.
Cripps again.
Almost to Cripps. He nearly had it.
Get someone on him.
Noble has a couple of cracks at it. This is a high ball, big contest on the wing. Kemp, well done. They are winning every contest in this fourth quarter around that wing area from their defenders. We'll find out how many intercept marks they've taken just this quarter alone, as Kemp is going to drive it in long and deep to the pocket. Howe this time went for the fist. Akers stays down for the crumb, just inside the boundary line. Almost runs out of room, he does.
Out of bounds.
The kick from Owies was marked, but it was out of bounds.
I've paid it.
It's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Out of bounds. Throw in.
Throw in. Intercept marks this quarter for the Blues.
It's taken 6 intercept marks for the quarter alone. Teams average 16 for an entire game, but they're plus 11 in contested ball as well, Joe, in this quarter.
At the 2-minute mark, Collingwood with 32 points up. Now, it is a 2-point game here at the MCG. A little under 5 minutes remaining. A host of players around this ball.
We've had the last 5 goals, Carlton. When was the last time Collingwood kicked a goal this quarter?
The last goal came at the 2-minute mark into this term, Jamie Elliott.
All eyes drawn to Paddy Cripps. He's won every clearance, but not that one. It was Hoskin Elliott. Left foot ball up the line. Rolls out of bounds. Right near the interchange bench.
No one going near Cripps. Got to put some time into him. He's the man that's taking this game away from Collingwood. You'd think there'd be some urgency. Pendlebury going to him now at this stoppage.
Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Pitnet got to front spot. That time put it on a platter for Walsh. He couldn't take it away. Hewitt does. Kicks with the outside of the boot. Knocked away by Darcy Moore. First there for the Pies is Schultz.
He just picks it up and boots it out towards the wing. That's a big 3v3. Bobby Hill with a crumb and then kicks it around the body. How will this bounce for Elliott? He's got 2 Blues to beat. He might beat the both. He goes off the ground. Jamie Elliott sockers it out of mid-air. Well, what about the rush of blood? Sard again ran past the footy and Elliott couldn't quite kick it. But they get a score. They lead by 3. And McGovern just goes short into the pocket to Wiedering.
He's had some moments he'd like back, I reckon, tonight, Sard. Gone to ground too easy. He's overran the footy a couple of times in key moments. That being a big one there. Very lucky.
Walsh got the ball out towards the wing. Newman had to sit under it. He caught one in the ribs and the ball goes out of bounds. Right on centre wing.
Hold up, Damien.
A packed Shane Warne stand. Nobody has left their seats. 3:56 on the clock. Collingwood leading by 3 points.
Well, some fourth quarter numbers, Ash. What are they telling us, Red Z Lending?
It's a territory battle, 18-8, the inside 50s. The marks, 29-8, Carlton's way in this term.
Pendlebury and Cripps engage on the wing. It's almost as though Scott Pendlebury in his milestone game has taken it upon himself, Sarah, to go and stand next to Paddy Cripps.
There's a lot of pointing and directing from Pendlebury. He wants to go to Cripps.
Here's Newman. Bit sore off the back of the stoppage. Got a handball. Kennedy kept it alive when everyone else gave up on it. And then kicks to half forward. Darcy Moore was shielded away from the ball. Now he gets a look at it. Handball from Frampton. Collingwood skipper has to hoik it as far as he possibly can up to the wing. Free kick going against the Pies. They had a 3-on-1, Joey. They didn't need to push Pitnet.
It was a free kick. Silly.
They're winning all the critical contests in this quarter, Carlton. Mackay, strong mark. 60 out from goal. Kemp runs down the open side. He didn't see him. He's happy just to go slow now. Collingwood have numbers back.
Jeez, he looks sore, Kerno, watching him lead.
Darcy Moore and Cameron at the top of the square. It's going to have to be Akers that flies. Where are the ground level players? It spills out to Kemp. He had a fumble. A bad fumble at an important moment. And we'll get a ball up.
Jeez, it's an exciting game. There's 2 minutes 52 left. Inside Carlton's forward 50. They've had most of the entries in this last quarter.
And 19-8. They keep pressing. Cripps looking for a free kick. Pendlebury all over him. Another stoppage. 2:46 on the clock. Pies still lead by 3.
So the umpire calls for it and quickly restarts play 40 metres out from from Carlton's goal. Hoskin Elliott bends down, picks it up. Had his kick smothered by Akers. Dacos was clean and he flares a handball out wide to Schultz. McGovern got in the way of Cox. Couldn't mark but kept it moving forward. Hollins, who kicked an important goal in this last quarter, turns around and fires that ball long. Big fist at the back from Howe. Gave it to Noble. Now Chris mowed down in a tackle by Fogarty. Brilliant pressure from Carlton's forwards once more. And Fogarty from outside range sets it up to a dangerous area. At the very back, Hoskin Elliott assesses the situation well and shares with side bottom.
Massive one-on-one now, Chincotta and Hill. Great fist from Chincotta. Tries to keep it in. Newman gets across, but he can't. They just have to be careful here, Bernie, the Blues, not just continue bombing it in. Still got to try and find a good option.
Yeah, 1 minute 57 on the clock. Doesn't seem like much, but it can be a long time. It's a long time to try and save the game, but you've still got plenty of time to score as well. Just got to be smart about it. Bring it out this open side.
And the Pies have been the kings of holding on to these games. Cripps had a fumble. He was going to be away from the throw-in. That's going to be another boundary throw-in. 1:49.
Would have been another clearance to Cripps as well if he took it cleanly.
What other clearance numbers this quarter for the Blues, Chew?
Triple M Reds, it's 10-all, Joey.
Right.
And off the back of their pressure, Carlton has jumped to 226, Collingwood 177.
A little kick from Darcy Cameron, only goes about 15 metres. Wiedering picks it up inside the boundary line.
They're on through the
Walsh had a big fourth quarter. Sard didn't want to kick it. Handballs to McGovern. Not a bad option. He's standing still inside his defensive 50, and it's a good kick. Goes wide and finds Newman. Minute 26 on the clock. Blues have it at half-back, trailing by 3.
Newman couldn't waste any time, so picks it up the line. And Stewart is paid the mark.
Big free kick.
Stay there, footy.
Brings it back inboard. Kick doesn't find the destination straight away. Now it's gathered by Newman on the bounce. Searching for a marking target. Bounces off the chest of Martin. Frampton at ground level. Pendlebury dispossessed. Howe knocks it away. Crisp on the up. Brilliant handball to Lipinski, and now Dacos.
He has Elliott in space on the wing.
No one
Carlton folded back, and Elliott fumbled it out of bounds.
Actually might not have been a bad thing. That had nothing forward of the footy, but would have been able to find a mark. Choice Hotels, 112 points full time in Adelaide. Port Adelaide smacking Sydney.
Stuff that one, Bernie. This is the big one of the MCG. 3 points the margin. 50 seconds to go. Boundary throwing on centre wing. Cripps with another clearance. High ball. Pendlebury sits under it. Mackay trying to do the crumbing. Pendlebury got the handball to side bottom. His great mate. Back to Quaynor. Back to Pendlebury. He can't. He finds a handball to Nick Dacos. Good option. And Nick Dacos has taken out of bounds in a tackle from Cripps.
30 seconds.
Such a smart play that from Dacos, from a young player. Just knew the boundary line was close. He knew if he got tackled over the line, wasn't going to be holding the ball, but a stoppage is what they wanted.
30 seconds remaining.
Wow.
Thrown in 70 metres out from Carlton's goal. Snatched out of the ruck by Pitnet. Kicks around the bar. McGovern drifts forward.
It's going to be after the siren.
The most unlikely of targets.
You're kidding.
Mitch McGovern floats down from centre half back and marks 40 out, almost directly in front.
He copped a head knock as well. This is going to be after the siren. This is what you dream of as a kid. How good's this? Cops a knee in the head. He's in trouble.
Siren sounds. Carlton down by 3 points.
This is what dreams are made
He
of.
has done this before, Mitch McGovern, when he played for Adelaide at the MCG against Collingwood. I think it was to draw on that occasion.
That's it.
So they got Mason Cox on the mark. Smart from Collingwood, making him kick over the tallest player on the ground. This is where, as a player, as a teammate, you just can't watch. You see Cripps and teammates just can't look.
Jamie.
Deep breath.
Hold there. Hold there. Hold there.
86,879. Hang on the boot of Mitch McGovern. Oh,
shanked it.
He's blazed it out of bounds on the full. Collingwood win in an epic at the MCG over their arch rivals Carlton, and their season still has a pulse.
What?
We celebrated greatness tonight with Scott Pendlebury in his 400th game. That is one of the great games of the season.
It had everything, didn't it? It had ebbs and flows, momentum shifts. We thought Collingwood was home. When they kicked the goal at that 2-minute mark, 32 points up, thought the game was done. They just a matter of how much, but they fought their way back into the game. Cripps was huge in that last quarter. Geez, he's had some big last quarters, Paddy Cripps, and that's when the votes are given out. Will that be a tale of the Brownlow medal this year? He's had some huge last quarters, just couldn't quite get it done, but you know, that would have been daylight robbery though if Carlton got over the line. Jeez, such a great game.
And here is Jeremy Howe talking to Aaron Phillips, courtesy of Channel 7.
The rivalry's always there with us too, but especially the last few years, the games, the epic close finishes. And to be honest, I was quite worried if anyone was going to knock it over. I thought it could have been Mitch, so we'll take it. Hell of a game, and to be honest, to be able to get a win for Pendles, that's the cream on top.
And a massive game, obviously, for a great mate of yours. How much has he meant to you and this football club?
Yeah, he's enormous. I can't speak higher of him. You always get half emotional talking about him. He leads so well. He cares about everyone. Can't help but smile when you're around him, and to get the win for him. He's got a pretty good run with milestones, but this one's really important, so look forward to cheering him off.
How much did this milestone pump you guys up to get this win for him?
Yeah, it's not hard to be motivated to play this great game, but when you've got a champion of the game playing his 400th, the least we could do is try just emulate a little bit of what he does, and that's do your job. So all the boys were incredible tonight. We had enough guys do their job, and that gets you the result.
Well done. Go celebrate with him now.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Collingwood celebrate tonight. An epic game, 12-12-84. Winners over Carlton, 11-15-81 in front of a crowd of nearly 87,000. All of the celebration will be around Scott Pendlebury. We will be down in the Collingwood rooms very, very shortly as well. What a night we've had here at the MCG. And Scott Pendlebury,
Stakes are huge. Let's get back.
Has been phenomenal in 400 games for the black and white. Here he is with Abby Holmes.
The boys rallied. They got it done for you tonight. The boy from Sale, now an AFL 400 gamer. How does that sit with you?
It's a bit surreal, to be honest. This whole week has just been, I felt the love from all angles. Everybody's been so nice and kind with their messages to me and my family, and it means the world to play with this jumper on my back every week and in front of these fans. It's surreal.
It's a pretty exclusive club, just the 6th player in the history of this great game to the milestone. What's the secret behind this level of longevity?
I'm not sure. A lot of luck goes my way. I've had some great coaches, great support networks around me. You don't get here by yourself, and the amount of people that have helped me, taken time out of their lives to make my journey really special. I've touched base with a lot of those people. A lot of those people are here tonight. The whole football club. I've got a basketball background, if people didn't know, and a lot of those coaches have really helped me out.
To the Collingwood Football Club, you're home for the last 19 years. 2 premierships, a Norm Smith medal, 6 All-Australian Blazers, 5 Copelands, just to list off a few. But how much does this place mean to you?
It's my home. I've spent 19 years here. It's all I know, really, that in school. And listen to this joint now. This is every kid's dream, is to play in front of this crowd, and this chant is just unbelievable. And I think what keeps me going is I've just had so much fun, and I still have fun. I still love the game, and to get the result tonight was fantastic.
You're a wonderful family, man. You ran out with Jax through the batter. Darcy didn't quite get there, but Alex, your mum, your dad, your brothers, how crucial has that support been for you as well?
Alex and the kids have been amazing for me. My mum and dad, my brothers, everyone's just helped me so much along my journey, and players of both sides would understand how much their family and support networks mean, and they've been absolutely unbelievable. And I don't know if they got it on camera, but Jack's run through to kick a goal and booted Crispy straight in the head with a footy pre-game, so it wasn't ideal for Crispy.
And just quickly before we let you go, the boys are ready to cheer you off, but you signed on. Next year, your 20th season, have you got Boomer Harvey's record inside?
I've got I've got tomorrow in sight and trying to wake up not feeling like I've been hit by a truck and just enjoying it for what it is. And tonight was a really important game in our season, keeps us alive. And as I said, I'm not worried about next year, I'm worried about next week, and most importantly, waking up feeling okay tomorrow.
Soak it up. We've loved watching your journey. A very big congratulations to you.
Scott Pendlebury talking to Abby Holmes, courtesy of Channel 7. He turns and waves to the adoring Pies fans here at the MCG. That man is excellence personified, Joey.
100%. One of the all-time greats, particularly probably the greatest ever Magpie. He's been an absolute superstar. You could watch highlights of him from 2007 or 2024 and you wouldn't know what year it was. It's just been such a high level of consistent elite performance. He's been sensational and he deserves everything he gets. He got that premiership last year. He had the premiership with the Norm Smith in 2010. And now he's getting chaired off by his great mates Jeremy Howe, the steel side bottom. Guard of honour by all the Blues. Respected by everyone, Bernie, that has played against him. One of the real nice blokes of the footy and an absolute superstar.
What were his numbers tonight, Ash? I mean, we're talking about a guy here who's 36 years of age in game number 400, and his contribution was enormous.
Well, he had 27 disposals, which was the second most for the Magpies. He had 14 contested ball, which was the second most also for Collingwood. 9 clearances.
9 clearances?
Yeah, the most of any Magpie player, throwing 6 inside 50s. And
6 tackles as well.
5 score involvements.
Did everything.
His 2 brothers are down there. His family down next to the Collingwood race as well. What a night for him and what a night for Collingwood. As he said, it keeps their season alive.
It does. And now, they're just outside the 8. We're still talking about Pendlebury, but he was the fastest player to reach 400 games as well. Little fun fact, he beat Michael Tuck by 13 days to do so.
How good.
But you just look at the consistency that he's had across his years as well.
I loved his answer too to Boomer Harvey's record. I just love the team aspect of it. Not worried about that. I'm worried about tomorrow, next week, all about this season, living in the moment. That's probably what's helped him as well. Just live in the moment, take it week by week. Just continued for 20 years. Amazing.
He's walking down the race and they're going to sing the song. He's got his 2 children alongside him. Mickey Roberts is down in the room. Steel side bottom, his great mate, is going to have a chat to us shortly after the Collingwood song as well. But the Pies get the job done tonight by 3 points, 12-12-84 to 11-15-81. They led by 32 points at the 2-minute mark of the last quarter and survived a scare as Carlton kicked the last 5 goals of the game and very nearly pinched it. But Robbo, I'm guessing these Collingwood rooms are jam-packed.
Jam-packed. And I've asked for Steel side bottom because he's played 302 games with Pendlebury. So we might as well ask one of his best mates. But, 2 flags, 6 All-Australian, 5 best and fairest, 400 games in front of over 86,000 people. And as we said earlier, the coach ordered for the fans to get here because they wanted to see this 32-point margin. They nearly blew it. Wow, what a game of footy. But somehow they find a way, Collingwood. Sensational. So they're gathered now. Silence. Let's hear it. The Pies, you've got to give them that. I'll get hold of Steel side bottom and we'll get stuck into him. All smiles on the CEO down here, Craig Kelly too.
We'll get back to you very shortly, Robbo. We're in the Triple M Amy review. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. I liked it when he did the interview with Abby Holmes. He just snuck in the basketball background as well.
Just if you didn't know, he said.
So from a Collingwood perspective, Chew, as we wait for Steel side bottom, what does the ladder look like right now and for Carlton as well?
So we'll kick off with the Magpies. At the moment, they're 10th on the live ladder, one game outside the 8. So we have the following teams on 48 points. Bulldogs sitting in 6th position, followed by Carlton sitting 7th, also on 48. Giants rounding out the 8 on 48. But of course, they have a game in hand. They play the Hawks tomorrow. So best case scenario for the Magpies, Jack, come completion of this round, I should say, one game outside of the 8, whereas the Blues, they could slip to 8th if the Giants defeat the Hawks.
So Collingwood have got Sydney at the SCG next Friday night, Brisbane at the MCG and Melbourne at the MCG to finish. Carlton, Joey, have got Hawthorn next Sunday at the MCG, West Coast in the West and St Kilda in round 24.
And this is how wild the season is. 4 weeks ago, Carlton, you would have looked at Hawthorn and thought winnable. Now the Hawks are flying. And Collingwood, who we thought going to Sydney, almost an impossible task. Well, the Swans have just lost 5 of 6 and been beaten by 100 points. So all of a sudden, the Pies potentially could be back in the 8s. And Carlton with a massive game against Hawthorn, the MCG, that becomes crucial. They could be out of the 8. The team that was second favourite for the premiership only about a month ago. This is how crazy this season is. It's ridiculous what we are seeing this year.
It's impossible to keep up, Sarah.
Oh, it is. But it makes it exciting. You know, even sitting here as commentators, it's great to go to the games when you know there's so much on the line. But imagine for fans as well. I think it's just outstanding. We love this time of the year. And as we mentioned before, I don't think I've seen this kind of ladder and we get to this point of the season and there's still so much to happen and so many teams that can still be eligible for finals.
Let's get back down into the Collingwood rooms. Robbo's got one of Scott Pendlebury's great mates.
Yeah, and I wanted him because he's played 302 games still with Pendles. Massive occasion, the huge build-up, but the coach actually ordered it. He wanted it. You wanted to celebrate, and sometimes milestones don't mean much, but this one did.
Yeah, it was a great week, to be honest, and so it should have been. But the best thing we could have done tonight to honour Pendles was to get a win, but also try not to play the occasion too much. We had a job at hand. She got tight at the end, but we'll take the win, that's for sure.
You were 32 points up, and they just kept coming. So what a game of footy. Geez, you entertain. There's over 86,000 here, and you put on such a display, but a ripping game to be involved in.
Yeah, and I think that's what our coach talks to us about is we want to put on a show for the fans. That doesn't always work, but it's nice to see that they all turned out for Pendles because he's a bloody superstar and he deserves it.
Congratulations, Steele. It was a cracking game. We loved it. But what about you? I mean, you're not sure how much footy you've got left. Do you still pinch yourself when you're out in all these massive games that Collingwood play in the last 2.5 years, 3 years, all the close finishes? Do you still sort of look around and that last moment when Mitch McGovern's lining up, what were you doing and what were your thoughts in that situation?
Yeah, I think I try not to take any game, any situation for granted because, as you said, I'm getting closer to the end. I might not have too many to go, but I guess being in those situations, it's great. And to hold on is even better. You never want to be, I suppose. Well, he had a chance to win it. After the siren, and he'd actually kicked the goal against us when he played at Adelaide to draw a game way back when. So he's a nice kick of the footy, and luckily he didn't time that one too well.
Hey, congratulations, Sidey, Bernie up here, mate. I thought someone that sneaks under the radar a lot, and tonight again, Will Hoskin-Elliott, 20 disposals, 7 contested, kicked a couple of goals. He's just so important, but just sneaks under the radar each week.
Yeah, he does, and he's played everywhere this year. He could play wing, he's been back, he's been forward, but you're right, he pops up at the right time every week, and he's one of those players that you love having in your team because you can really rely on him.
And it's Sarah Hosking here. I just wanted to chat to us about that last quarter in particular. I know that final moment, but what was the conversation on the field? And in those heated moments, what do you look to in order to obviously win the game?
Yeah, well, we couldn't get field position, really. We kicked the first goal of the last quarter, and then, Cripps had a bit of momentum coming out of that centre square, and we really couldn't get any forward half play. We had a couple there and got some stoppages out wide, but that was about as far as we got. Our backs were under the pump again, which, probably everyone has probably let ourselves down to put as much ball in as what had late, but they've held up again, and fortunately it doesn't matter by how much you win by as long as you win.
And I'm sure there's still belief still about playing finals. I'm sure you've got that internally. You now get within a game of the 8. You've got a massive game against Sydney next week. Have you heard about the result, Sydney Port Adelaide?
I shouldn't say, but I did see it up on the scoreboard. Yeah.
Should be concentrating, mate.
Nah, it's unbelievable. They just got rolled by 100. I mean, not that that matters, but all of a sudden you head to Sydney next Friday night, season well and truly alive and in your own hands. It must be a great situation considering the form you've been in sort of prior.
Yeah, it is, and every game is a great opportunity. I think there's 3 left, and as you boys know, we won't look any further than the Swans. And I think the last couple of weeks we've been able to sort of play some of our footy, which we've struggled to do the past, probably 6 weeks. So it's nice to. The coach doesn't like to talk about form, but find some form again.
Hey, disappointing that game's on a Friday night. I know there's a 7-day drinking rule normally within games. Surely you can sneak a few in for the big fella, Pendles?
No way, Burn.
No. All right, tell me in private then.
Yeah, will do. Maybe next week for your old mates 250.
Yes, good idea.
Hey, Steele, thanks for joining us. Great win by you and the boys tonight. Always appreciate your time on Triple M Footy.
Cheers. Good on your granite hands.
Hey, granite hands.
Steele sideboard.
He's a good man.
Joining us down in the room.